last we left off the Risen, our adventurers managed to collect both Verim's body and the artifact that he was carrying from the hands of a potential evil shaman. After a harrowing fight and a much needed conversation among the group, you all remembered the divination pool, and with emotions high, difficult decisions were trying to be made. The loss of limbs, of memories, of things of importance became questioned, became put on the table in the chance of learning more, in sacrificing to gain information. But together, you decided that it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the loss of what could be for information that you couldn't guarantee that you might not have been able to use. And if things ever get rough, get hard, you know this pool is here. The sacrifices may be bigger the next time you come, but if you're coming here, you'll know that you're going to need to make one. It will no longer be something of a surprise. But as you gather yourselves once more and prepare yourselves to leave this too, to leave it behind you and to head back to Baldur's Gate, you remember the reason why you went into that room in the first place. Ida, the ghost. You're tired, and you've had a rough couple of days here. But you're not quite done yet with this dungeon. All right. So you guys have just reattached hair, reattached limbs. You guys are leaving the room now. Everybody's crying. Just to remind everybody where we are.
Yeah.
And you still have the ghost to deal.
Please. No more tears.
No more tears.
So, Robbie, you still got some throw up on your pelt. And Pill holds up his hand and reaches out to her. Look at my hand.
Oh, right, you still only have one goddamn hand. Someone gotta help him with that.
Go ahead and heal that.
She's still covering her eyes until it's safe. She's just
people were lopping off limbs and.
Do you want a glove? Maybe I don't need them as much as you do now. Apparently.
No. Rose is definitely healing that.
Yeah. I'd say that because. You guys will figure out a way to reattach his hand. Typically, it would require something like restoration, like lesser restoration. You could probably stick his hand back on.
I already have lesser restoration.
Perfect. Yeah. So yes, using that spell, you can reattach his hand. Because it has been less than a minute. We'll say it's like the revivify.
Waving at Sarabi with it.
It's the revivify of limb attachment.
Rose just grabs it and shoves it onto the limb, and then just casts lesser restoration before he can play around with it any longer.
Oh, come on!
Oh my God! You put it on backwards.
Does it still have that?
No.
Does it still have the white scar around, or?
Oh yeah. No, he definitely now has a white scar that runs. It looks kind of like a tan line a little bit, but you all know it's not.
So, Robbie, you want to look at this cool scar?
No.
I think that we already have enough scars, physically and emotionally, for today.
The glove offers those stands. Is Pearl wearing gloves? I'm not sure. I need to look at the art.
I don't think he is. It would ruin that like profile he's going for. Although him wearing one glove would be very funny.
To be fair, he's about to be an artificer, so he'll probably wear gloves to work with metal. Otherwise, he'll lose the hand again.
Or a couple fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yes. So you guys are leaving the divination room. The fastest way probably to get back to Eida, either you can head back into the golem room and then head through the mummy chamber and up, or head through the mummy chamber. Actually, no, from the golem room you have access to Eida, but you would still have to go through the golem chamber again in order to get to her, or you can try to climb up the secret door that you know is there and try to go down that way.
I feel like that way it would be faster, and also we would avoid the statue, of Dideritis.
Yes. So, how do you guys want to navigate? You guys should still have access to the whole map, so you guys should still be able to see where you are and everything.
Rose suggests to the group, I feel like it would be better to avoid the room with the figure of Dideritis. Best not to draw the ire of the all-powerful whatever he is.
I agree.
Wizard.
Yes.
He's a wizard.
Mommy Lord.
Yes. Well,
Yes, Mommy Lord, I was just about to say.
You know, in the room next to you. No, go ahead. Sorry, I'm just laughing.
Robbie's like, I was like, Robbie would be like the most abusive mom ever. Most neglectful.
Probably, yes.
Just like froze the kid in the water. Come on, swim.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
You're
what.
taking all of the stinking pictures, aren't you? Well, fine, whatever.
I mean, that's what her dad did. So taught him to swim by throwing him in the river.
That's actually how they were raised, so
Yes.
yes.
Froze the
my
kid in like a
God.
pack of wolves.
Okay, wasn't
You know,
that bad? Yeah.
No man is the one that is going to take care of the kid. You should know.
If you can't dodge an arrow, you can't dodge a ball.
Anyway, I guess we'll go around the mummy lord dude.
Yeah, so you have to try to climb up this passageway here. Here, hold on. This
The
passageway
exit.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can try to head down through this
Look at
other
that
room.
Forced movement.
I know, I'm learning.
Yeah. Make you all look right fucking here.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's me learning how to use the shortcuts. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you have this would be you guys having to like throw somebody up there to try to like pull the door open. Because it's closed, and so you'd have to probably have someone stand on Kali's shoulders and try to like pry the little latch open so you guys can get in, or you could just head down the stairwell. So your choice.
Throw the kid! Throw the kid!
Y'all said you wanted to avoid the room with him, so I guess we'll just go.
I agree. Do we have anybody who's particularly dexterous? Because if nobody wants to,
Points
I will.
immediately to Arianti.
I can do it.
Yeah.
Let me do it. I can do it.
Yeah.
All right then.
What am I doing, by the way?
What am I doing?
Callie's gonna lift you up to like use this little area over here. Remember that secret passage? Little like, what was it? I guess little doorway or whatever that was here. We could drop down to the stairs below. Basically, we're gonna hoist you up, and you're gonna go in there, and I guess drop a rope, and that's gonna be
Okay.
a problem though. Go drop a rope.
Drop rope and then hold on. 'Cause
Yeah.
There's nothing to tie it to.
I guess we'll send Rose up first after that, since she's... Wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is, how do you get Pedro up there?
Levitate.
Levitate, or you just tie a rope around him and pull.
He loves that.
What we could do is just when Rose is going up, like levitate is only like up and down, right?
Yeah.
I think something has to push you.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
maybe
you wanna
levitate
move
So
forward.
and
like,
then tie it around him.
Rose could like pull him, like go up a few feet, bring him up because levitate, and then do the same thing over and over until she gets to the door, and then just kind of gently pull him through like he's a balloon.
Well, I mean, Princess can just push him.
Levitate
That too.
brings you up 20 feet, right? It goes straight up 20 feet, but you can't move side to side, but you can move up and down 20 feet, right?
Yes. I don't think you can control. Yeah. So yes, it makes you float 20 feet, but you can't like control how you're moving. You just float.
Yeah. So what's the I'm assuming, since apparently Callie left Orienti up, the distance between the stairs and that ceiling is not 20 feet. It's less than.
It's like
It's like what? You
It's
cut
a-
out.
Yeah, I didn't.
Cutting out, Beth.
Can you write it down?
Hear her anymore. Is she talking still?
No.
no.
There you go.
How am I doing? A little bit better?
That's
yeah,
better.
it's like 10 feet.
Yeah, so if we just have him directly under the passageway and levitate him up 20 feet and have someone up there to... Callie can guide him up as 6 feet at least. Because she's actually more than 6 feet because her arms would go up higher. She can get from at least like 7 feet, you know. And then if someone else is up there to guide him once he hits the passageway, just to pull him through. Grab him and pull him through. Because it's not that high, it's only 10 feet.
Yeah.
So as long as he's directly underneath it, when you levitate him.
I mean, why is so wrong to go to place again?
I
They're
don't know.
just worried. They don't know what's in there. Or
But
what
isn't it
could
supposed-
happen.
Yeah, but aren't the traps supposed to reactivate every 24 hours, so we still
And it
have
hasn't
time?
been 24 hours, yeah.
I mean, even then, like I personally, as a player, don't want to piss off the all-powerful wizard because he can apparently be in 2 places at once. Like
But-
one part where he's here in that room, and the other part where he's over in the tomb.
But how would we piss him off?
I don't
What
know.
did we do?
Wake him up.
We already gave our tribute, or whatever.
Mhm.
Wake him up before he wants to. That's one way.
Yeah, I get
I
the
mean, we
real.
didn't really wake him up. He's still in his tomb.
I was gonna say, I mean, like, I threw a fucking fireball right outside of it.
Mm-hmm. I think if you woke him up, he'd be coming out of that tomb and trying to eat you. And he
So-
hasn't, so...
What you're saying is basically we're paranoid again, and we should just take the long road.
I don't know.
I mean, I could try to wake him, but
Don't.
maximum effort into it.
No, stop it. We don't need to.
I'm
wake
sure
him
I
up.
can get it done.
I
I'm
just
sure you
don't.
could, but don't.
I just think, since it seems that it to be a pattern that the traps reactivate every 24 hours, so I don't think and we already gave our tributes in this room, so I don't think it is.
We won't
dangerous.
reactivate the mummies, at least.
Yeah,
And-
but we don't need to enter this place because we
We
need
don't.
to go through here and then through here, and then
Yeah.
we can just go back here.
Yeah, I was
It's
just
right.
saying that even then, we're not going to activate the mummies because the mummies haven't reset, regardless.
Well, to get out, you'll need to go back up this way. Or that's not the arrow. You'll need to go back up this way.
yeah,
Oh,
like regardless. Mhm.
Or I mean, you could.
No, that's a
Rose
small
and-
hole that Princess
Yeah.
can fly through.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, it's only for small creatures that could be able to fit through. Or no, it's for tiny. So yeah. So, Vero could probably shapeshift and get out with, but that would be it. You guys would have to go back up this way.
And then when we went into the room where he is, all we had to do was just give him tribute. If we have to give him tribute again, just give him more gold pieces.
Polymorph. You can turn people into animals. Just shove them through the crack.
But we already gave our tribute. Is it going to cherish us again? Is it like one of those?
Wait,
Like a
do we
toll.
have our
I mean, he might not. I'm
look
just
at
saying that if he does, all we have to do is just give him a gold piece. You know? I don't think he will, but if he does.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like the dumbest idea just happened.
Oh, great. What?
What kind of dumb idea?
Nothing. We'll see if we have to pay again or not.
Oh, he has to pay with something stupid. Alright,
Well,
be careful, you might tempt the GM.
it's the same. We can either just go through this place, or we can all push Pietro's ass through this small opening.
It's your choice, guys.
Stick the dog there, and then start pushing because he's not really big yet, right? Because we haven't gone to the inn.
We haven't technically gone to the inn yet.
Yeah, you haven't gone to. You guys are still 6th level in this
Yes.
setting.
So why are we discussing this? Just grab the dog and throw the dog through the window. It's
You just
I was
want
say,
to
I'm sure Kali can do it with like a pinky.
you just want to push
Yeah.
Pedro.
and since you're there, throw the kid too, and then throw every one of us. Then you just
Yeah, you might not even need a rope. I mean, Kali could probably pick all of you up and
Stand on
help
our
you all
shoulders.
climb in. The
Yeah.
only person that would need help getting in was Kali.
Yeah.
And Pill just casts levitate on her, and
Mhm.
she's able to go.
If that's your guys' plan, then
Well,
we'll go ahead and move
no,
over.
I don't think she could do that. I'm about to say, Callie can technically jump 5 feet. Couldn't she just jump up and catch the ledge and pull herself up?
Yes.
Yeah.
It would cause some finagling. You would need to quote unquote squeeze through with
Mhm.
your armor on. Everybody
I'd
else
have to do that
probably get
regardless,
through,
though. Wouldn't I?
But
Even
yeah,
with the
yeah, you
levitate?
could probably jump up and climb in.
Yeah.
Yeah, if someone's holding the door open for you, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
what?
Alright, we're spending way too much time deciding this simple course of action. Let's just go do it. Okay?
Can you imagine
How are
like
we going to get up this bridge?
Let's
20
make a
minutes
door.
later. I still don't think we know how.
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah. Let's just go. Yeah. It's fucking the
Can you imagine like the
stereotypical
devil
door.
seeing us do this shit?
Throw the dog. Throw the dog.
It's like a stereotypical door encounter in any D&D game, except for us, it's a fucking door 10 feet in the sky.
Doors are nemesis.
How do we get through the door?
Okay.
I've never
Oh.
encountered
Why
this
don't we
before
just
in my
open
life.
it? I mean, we activate all the traps anyway.
What's the door?
No, don't. I would say we like debate over 20 minutes, like if we should activate the trap
How
or
to
not,
open-
and we just activate it anyway.
Yeah. We debated 20 minutes on how to solve the riddle, and then we just solve the riddle and then activate it anyway. That's
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was amazing.
Spend 20 minutes talking about how to open a fucking door. Alright,
Okay,
let's go.
So, for which person are you lifting up onto your shoulders to try to get the hatch open?
Whoever wants to go first.
The
I
I'll go first, you cowards.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say, choose somebody who's more than 4 feet.
All right, so
He's
you
in the wall.
That's a good, good thing Soul drew that height chart.
yeah. So you hoist up Sarabi onto your shoulders. You don't have to make a check. You can lift your entire everybody in your party. You just can't probably
Yeah.
lift them.
No, it's more at
So
once,
you
yeah.
lift
Mhm.
you lift Sarabi up there. It's like a ceiling. You'll need to make an investigation check to see if you can find the hatch from
Oh,
this
fuck.
side.
I think we need the wizard here. This is too intimidating for my small brain.
Oh, that's good enough.
Not that small.
You kind of start feeling around the panels a little bit, and you find one that's got like a thumb hole, and you put your finger in the thumb hole, and then you can like lift open the door. It's a 5x5. It's like opening a panel in a wall. You can fit through it. Again, Kali it would require some squeezing on Kali's end, but yeah, you can kind of like pull yourself into the little room.
Yeah,
or-
she already wormed her way out of the door. Just squeezing.
Okay, then go ahead and move yourself into the hallway.
And you hear from the other side, "Throw the dog!"
Remember about the fucking pressure plate, too, please.
Yeah.
Because I think that thing is a constant. I don't think it resets every 24 hours. It resets every time it crushes someone. So, and it crushed somebody. So, yeah.
Okay, who's next?
I guess.
Basically, everybody you can probably fit through just
Mhm.
one at a time. So
Yeah.
everybody can kind of get into the room. Even Pietro, you can just with someone standing there. There's no checks required.
Yeah.
The only person who's gonna need to make a check is Kali. So
Okay.
you make an athletics check
Yeah.
to try to like jump up and catch yourself. But yeah, everybody you can move into the hallway. You guys basically can figure.
Can Kali throw us over the pressure plate to make sure?
When we come back, we can try.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I don't think you have Princess, do you? Princess is still dead.
No, he resummoned her.
Oh
on
right.
our
Okay. Cool.
break. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys rested. Never mind.
Yeah. That's why all of us we're not all dead right now.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Okay. So then Pill just heads up through, and you guys will all be in the upper area.
Alright, so it was athletics check.
Yes.
I have my character sheet out. I don't have it. 17.
Yeah, that's more than enough. You're able to leap up, catch yourself, and then start to wiggle through. With someone standing there, kind of like helping you like adjust your plate armor a little bit this way, that way, to make sure that you can kind of like wiggle it through. But yeah, you can get through.
I can't imagine she hands all her weapons up first. Her arsenal to Sarabi. and then
And her
jumps up.
bag and everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was having trouble keeping her balance with all the amount of metal. Right.
The
It starts getting
shield,
passed
everything.
down.
Mm-hmm.
You guys like start a chain where everybody takes one. You kind of like pass it all down, you guys. And so at the end of the hallway, there's just like a pile of Kali stuff.
Yeah.
And one has to wonder, where does she hide all these things?
Right on her back.
Yep.
In plain view. But yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
you guys have successfully navigated the secret tunnel.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah.
All right. You still have
Now
to
throw me!
No, we're going down first. Remember, we gotta go see the ghost lady,
All right.
and then I'll throw you. When we come back.
I'm not going to. So I was like giving like this wide berth to this place.
Edging around the side of the room.
Yeah.
It goes this way, and then this way. The door.
Yeah, like here, like this.
Yeah. Okay.
Did Pill just run in like
Evan,
I
He
guess
just,
in.
he just walks in, doesn't care.
When you walk in, they're turning as you all enter. Iida, standing where she was before, turns and looks at all of you and goes, "Oh, you, you all must be lost. If you're looking for Didaris, you head through the other chamber. That is where you may meet him. This is the library."
Oh shit, okay, thanks, fam.
God.
Of
He turns around.
So,
actually, Pill, I think there's something you want to give the lady back.
oh,
You see, we found something rather interesting further along these establishment, and he just, because Pill has the book, he just makes hand signs.
Bill goes on Dora the Explorer. What do you think I should do?
Till, give her the goddamn book.
Give her the book?
Yes.
To who?
What's her name? I don't know her name.
Please give the book to Ida,
Alright,
Paul,
he gives it to
please.
her. He starts fucking
well-
with it.
while you guys are fucking around a little bit, Yaida vanishes.
See, now we have to go out and enter again to reset her. You took too long.
Yeah. So while you were playing this game, the rest of you kind of watch Yaida's head tilt one way and then look behind her, and she just disappears. So she's gone now. You can try to call her back. Her name's Yaida, by the way.
Okay.
You guys can try to call her back, see what happens. But while you were talking, she left.
Miss Ida?
Ida.
Yeah, Ida.
Make a persuasion check.
I think she doesn't like me.
Why do I have to?
Because you said her
I'm the
name.
one with charisma 8.
You are the best leader.
No?
What'd you get?
Fuck this. 5.
5. Okay, but it wasn't a nat one.
Oops, sorry.
It's okay.
I did.
You sort of call out for her. You guys spend 2, 3, 10 minutes. You guys are waiting, kind of seeing if maybe she'll come back. Again, you guys kind of look around, and all of the bookcases are empty. There's really not much else here. The candle relit, of course, when you entered the room. And then all of you feel, after maybe 10 minutes of waiting, a gust of air kind of blow through the room, and Yaida reappears, looking ravaged a little bit. She looks like she was maybe attacked, and you guys realize she's no longer in the illusory form of a ghost. She's not taking on the appearance she believes she has. She is looking as though she has recently died. And you can see her hair is all hanging down on her face. It fell out of the bun she was wearing. Her midsection was gored. Like something just ripped her stomach open and her intestines are falling out. And she goes, "What?"
Hey, Pam, can you hold this book for me for a second?
Hmm?
He just holds the book. Can you hold this for me for a second?
She tilts her head and she takes the tome, and you watch as her face, she recognizes the book, and even though she looks just beat up, war torn, and terrible, she's clutching and she holds it to her chest. I was to protect the library. It was my job. I failed, but I have this. And she kind of strokes. I didn't fail. And Arienti, you're the only person who sees this. Behind her opens a silvery, shimmery archway, like a doorway of some kind. You see this like shimmery doorway. She turns and looks at the doorway. None of you guys see this like illusory, sort of shallowly glowing like portal, except Arienti. And she turns and looks at the doorway and goes, "Oh, is this? And she looks back at the book. But I finally have one. I cannot go yet. I have a book to protect. She
Well,
seems
I'll
to be
take it.
resistant. You can take it back. She seems reluctant to pass on. Does anybody want to try to say something or do anything to convince her to pass on?
You did your
Want to go up there and talk to her and say, Aida, it's okay. We'll protect the book for you, but I think you should go. I know where that is, and you'll be safe there.
We can give it to another library so that other people can share the knowledge that Darius wanted to impart with the world.
Oh. All right. And she sets the tome down onto the table in front of her. And as she turns, she sort of turns to that archway. None of you guys can still see it except Arianti. And as she approaches it, Arianti, you see into the archway. It's no longer just like a shimmery, like, color. It's actually a portal now, and you can kind of see into it as she approaches. And on the other side, you see a very familiar shape sitting and wagging his tail. There's a small sort of golden light outline of a dog. The same dog you've seen once before already as a shadowy outline, someone who ferries the dead. And he's sitting there, all happy and proud, and you remember Spot very well. And he's wagging his tail as she approaches the archway. And all of you watch as she seems to step forward and just disappear. She just vanishes into like a cloud of mist. And Arianti, you're watching as she walks through the archway. You still see it for a moment, and color returns to her as she steps into this other plane or other dimension. Her face is tanned, and she has a dark brown hair. Her dress looks pristine again. She doesn't look like she was attacked. And her garb very much is reminiscent of the garb that you saw on the statue of Didaris in the other room. And she reaches down and pets the dog's head, and you watch as that portal seems to turn into like a glitter, almost like a rain of glittery sparkles that as they fall, they start to twinkle out and vanish. And the ghost seems to have left this plane. Yep, so no one else saw any of the sparkles, the glittery stuff. Nobody else saw the dog or the doorway. Just Arianti saw that stuff.
I guess we just saw her just vanish or something?
Yeah, you saw her turn to the doorway after she set the book down and just disappear.
Okay, I think...
Wow, she just disappeared and did nothing happen. What a waste of time.
No,
Wow.
she went with Kalimfor.
Oh,
I saw it. It was his, what's it called? Realm.
Well then, I
There's
think...
Spot too. Good old Spot.
Yep.
Alright, guys. It's time to go.
So, who you think attacked the library?
Verum, probably.
Too soon. It probably was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Or Yuan, maybe.
Himself?
Maybe. Or other people who decided to raid this place a long time ago.
Dideritis has been dead a very long time. It could have just happened right after. Well, she seemed to know him, but.
And she thought he was alive, so it probably happened right around then.
You think if he was an older wizard, if he had been learning necromancy, she may have died and he may have just kept her ghost around to take care of his library. like he didn't try to send her on because she was still one of his dedicated servants, and so he just like kept her.
What an ass. Sorry. She doesn't say that out loud because we're still.
He's neutral. He's not good. He's just not evil.
And he could, to be fair to his neutral status, he could have justified himself by being like, this is what she would have wanted. This is her purpose in life.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the least we can do is honor the promise I made, and we're just gonna take the book. I think Candlekeep should be interested in this.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say maybe well, I mean, it wouldn't be more safely guarded than, the Wizard's Tower we wanted to go to? It'd be safely kept there.
I think that's Candlekeep. That's the
yeah.
massive
It's
library.
Candlekeep,
That's the
yeah.
massive library. Yeah, that's outside of Baldur's Gate, but you have to have some kind of like ancient ass tome that's like never been seen before that they don't have for you to be able to be let in.
This doesn't count.
It might count. We don't know.
It might. You don't know.
I was gonna say, I mean, they'd probably do a better job preserving the book than we would, honestly.
I agree.
Yeah.
So,
And it's a free ticket in, so win-win.
But yeah,
Win-win-win.
it is for sure an ancient book. Like this was old 100 years ago. Like this is real old.
okay, first gonna. I feel really bad that I read in it before, so he's gonna really carefully put it in his bag.
Okay.
I could just imagine Pill, like, ready to hand the book. Oh, shit! He almost dropped.
That would be mean.
Or he sneezed on it or something. He opened up the book and it's really dusty and just shoo right into the book.
Oh my gosh, the glare he would get. Okay, go. Sorry.
No, alright. So now you guys have of the tomb. And then we will jump to the inn.
Yeah.
Throw me!
Have to jump up. That's the thing. Are you got? Come on, guys. I think we can do this. It's just one trap.
Oh god.
Isn't jump like based off of your strength modifier?
Yes.
Technically speaking, well, I have a +1 to strength. Can I just jump over it?
The DC was 5.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a 5 DC. All of you guys should be. It's just you have to roll a. It's an
Don't roll a
athletic above a 5.
Yeah. Thing is, Callie's athletics is a 7. So
I pass. I got 14 +1.
Perfect.
So
Jump over. Totally fine.
she quickly gets out of the room just in, stays behind just in case something happens, but like.
You're doing it all again.
What do they do? Don't get closer to the line.
Don't stay there. Don't stay there. The thing goes to life.
Okay, yeah, I'll just stay in the hallway then.
No, don't stand in the hallway. Get farther into the room.
Okay, right here then.
Avoid. I'm standing here because Robbie wants to be thrown because she's insane.
Yes.
So
Yeah, it just killed me because you guys all look like you were lining up in the hallway, and I'm like,
yeah.
look at all
Yeah.
of you.
Rose stands
No.
at in this doorway just in case. She can still see, sort of.
Patron,
If you
not
you
Being
allowed.
know-
safe over here in this corner, because you guys are all idiots.
Okay.
Patron's not allowed to go over by himself because he's the one that triggered it last time. So
Here.
Yeah.
Here. Throw the dog.
Throw the dog.
God.
She's offering the dog.
Oh Jesus.
I'm
Yes, it's
offering
not
my
look
brother
happy
as
about
private.
No, he's probably not.
Throw the dog. Throw the dog.
Okay. Sure. Let's just hope I don't roll a fucking 1.
Athletics check.
I'll move closer. It's a +7, so 25.
Yep, he's over.
Nice. Now throw me.
Another athletics check. Okay. 16.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Cool.
You all may want to get out of the hallway.
Mhm.
Okay, who's next?
All right, you guys going over your own way? Do you want to be vaulted
Rose
or are you
waves
imagining your
Sarami
way?
and Pietro over to the safe zone.
Yeah, they are going to check the mushrooms because maybe we can make that.
How do you want to
Jump
go,
it.
kid? Do you want to jump it yourself?
Yeah.
All right, well then let me leave.
Is that athletics check?
Yes, it's athletics.
I have my Alugris back, right?
You can get
Yeah.
here.
Just in case if I mess up, I'll just be like Alugris.
Mhm.
But I don't want to use it unless I don't have to. She's like, I can do this. Oh my god. Athletics, where are you? Oh, it's my strength.
Yep.
I beat him.
Yep. Mhm.
2. Oh my god! I can do this! Oh wait! Ah!
Mhm.
How high is
Giant
that?
wall of skeletons.
You better Alugris.
Darn! I can't.
Are you Alugrising out of the way?
Oh yeah. When
Okay.
it gets close.
I mean, you can just
Okay.
Alugris
Are
immediately
you
the
waiting
second
for
you
it to get
trip.
close?
Yeah.
Well, is it
that.
like quick or is it slow? Because if it's like a quick
Okay.
reaction, she kind of does it.
You see the skeletons start like materializing out of nothing in the hallway. Right here.
Hey, Lucas!
They start, okay, cool. The rest of you all hear the skeleton bone clattering noise that Vero you are very familiar.
And
And you hear it. Yeah, and Pill, you guys hear the clattering, crunching skeleton noises. And Kali, you watch as this a couple seconds later, giant ball comes flying out of the tunnel past you
Yeah.
and smashes into the wall, and it just like skeletons are flung everywhere. It's just like bone shards go everywhere. And a couple seconds later, they like vanish into nothingness again.
Yep. All right.
Rose goes
Okay.
ahead and grabs Arianti and drags her into the safe zone.
Charlie looks down the hall and goes, Arianti, are you okay?
She's fine.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
She's embarrassed.
It's okay.
She's like,
Come on. Into
hmm,
the safe
I
zone.
thought I could make it.
It's okay. Everybody messes up sometimes.
All right, boys. Who's next?
I shall try. Please go out of the way
I'm
as
going
far
to.
as possible.
Can you just animal shape into a spider again?
I didn't I use all the animal shapes
We've
in the
rested.
ghost fight?
We've had
did have a long
we
rest.
had a long rest, so everything's back.
Okay, spider.
Cool. You don't have to make a roll. You're in the other room. Spider now. Here, actually, I think I have your spider token. There you go, Spider Vero.
Hey, Pill, you gonna levitate yourself over again,
Spider Vero, Spider Vero.
or do you? I mean, what are you gonna do?
You can jump,
Yeah, well,
or Kali can just throw you.
You can
It's your
jump
choice.
it, you can throw it, or you can levitate yourself.
then I just walk over and I cast Misty Step and
You're fine. No
Cool.
check. You did it.
All right, make sure I don't roll a 1. Rolled a 7, so that ends up being 14.
You're good.
So
Yep, you leap over it. Totally fine.
Yep.
All right, you all have made it out.
Why do I have a spider crawling on top of me?
Ew,
I mean,
squish
just
it.
picking up mushroom and then something crawls on her back.
So,
He would have asked at first,
well,
but I
you
figured
can't
it was
ask,
already
you're
like a
spider.
thing.
Yeah, but so you can't ask though. You're a spider, so
Yes, this
Like-
is totally normal.
He would have crawled right in front of her, where she can see him.
see a white spider.
Yeah.
he's like a white tarantula.
Mhm.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, she can wear the Vero hat again.
Wait, Pill, can I put Vero on my head?
He,
It'll look like I have an extra pair of eyes.
he would be very camouflaged in your hair. Okay. Yeah. So you guys all make it through. The mushrooms are still growing there, and they're still edible. They
Yes.
have the taste of raw liver.
So I'm picking them up because it's going to be a long way back through the desert, and there is nothing to hunt there, and all their food is just.
Well, I mean, you could eat hill giants.
Ew, no. Also,
Ew.
Vero has Goodberry. Don't you
Yeah,
have
but
Goodberry?
I do have good berry.
I meant Sarabi. I don't remember what level it is.
how many of them?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
we could,
isn't that cool?
we could eat the snakes. I mean, Sarabi already toasted them.
God. But anyway, it's fine. No one's apparently keeled over from the mushrooms, so.
I'm still taking some magic
Yeah.
mushrooms
Okay.
because
Yeah.
we can toast them later on the fire and see how they taste.
Yeah. So you guys get the magic mushrooms. You guys don't have any water, by the way.
Yeah. The Goodberry's
hold
level 1,
on.
so Sarabi has it too. And we can just
Wait,
create water later once we're out of this place, so it doesn't,
Yeah, I was gonna say
Evaporate
one of the things that Rose could have memorized for the day is create food and water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
So with the magic you guys have
Create or destroy water. One of those.
with the magic you guys have access to and your understanding now of how the area works, yeah, you guys can get out and will be able to survive using magic. At the very least, so you guys, before you get to someplace, I think some of you guys had the rations were kept in the bag of holding. Those are probably fine still. It was any rations that you had that
On
were
your
not
person.
in the bag of holding
Yeah.
are bad. Also, just for the sake, because we're not going to role play you guys leaving the area. The mushrooms rot after 24 hours. They are no longer good. So yeah, so you could probably have eaten them that first day, but you wouldn't have been able to keep them. Yeah.
So let's add a bit of variety to our diet.
Was there anything else you guys wanted to do while you guys were walking back?
Complain.
Grab some snakes to cook and eat.
But excuse you, I would like to see you cook a better English. Sorry, it just went out. Something about getting a mushroom over the fire and then cooking it like that.
Mushroom fillet.
Roasting?
Roast?
Roast mushroom. Thank you.
Yeah.
That.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, if you guys didn't have anything like major you wanted to do over the course of you guys trying to head back to Baldur's Gate, then
Should we
Oh,
tell the people in the town that the hill giants that were in the canyon have been taken care of?
Probably.
you know, do the people in the town, like at the desert town, do they have a magic shop, like a bag of colding for sale?
no, they do not. Baldur's
Damn
Gate
it.
might. That would probably be your best bet if you were going to look for something. You're going to need either a bespoke artificer, somebody who makes magic items, or some kind of wizard or magic shop where they're making magic items, or a city that is a major thoroughfare where people would sell magic items.
Okay.
Like Baldur's Gate or
Baldur's
like
Gate.
Waterdeep. Those would probably be great places to look. Okay. But if you guys don't have anything, I'll say you guys told the people who were living in that small encampment towards the base of the mountains that the hill giants. If anybody remembers, they did warn you about spies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which was hilarious. Because that's basically what the Yuanti were trying to convince Kali of in her party.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but none of you guys asked about the spies, so that was great. But yeah, so you guys will sort of make your way back to Baldur's Gate, eventually managing to hop on a train in one way or the other, and manage to get your way back. But during this misadventure, you find yourself waking up and walking in as though you've had a long day's walk.
Which we technically have.
Yep.
Man, this day felt like 4 months.
It was a very long day. So yes, so you guys find yourselves, it's been a very long day. It's felt like a long day's walk, and you open up the doors, and there is the inn, a by now familiar sight for all of you. Filigree does not show up right away. He seems to be busy behind the counter. There's quite a few people here this time. There seems to be like a how do I say this? There seems to be quite a crowd here this time. There are lots of people in the inn during this time you're here, instead of just handfuls of people. It's almost like you've reached the inn during like rush hour.
Is Pietro with us, or are we?
No, Pietro.
Wait
Hi,
until
Valen.
Mm-hmm. What? It's that funny face. He's looking at the picture and cooing at it.
Aw.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you guys sort of show up, but Filigree does not greet you all right away. There seems to be lots of people in the inn right now.
we should ask Filigree if this place has a massage. With a service.
Filigree!
Do you just call out?
Don't bother him like that.
When you call out, appearing on the table next to you is a rather harried-looking Filigree. He appears next to you. Let me see if I can find NPCs. Haha. There you go. Appears the by now familiar small white ferret form of Filigree. He has his fur is like a little like musk looking. He's got a teeny little stain on his little apron, and he looks a little like harried. Hello, welcome. Yes, we have lots of guests today. Right, keys. I think we have rooms available. Let me check. Just a second. I'll be right back. And he darts off, and you guys see as he and several of the it's just him this time. He grabs up the big tome. He doesn't seem to have any help, and he's kind of like tiny ferret form is like tugging it along. And he throws open the big book, and starts flipping through pages, and he's looking for names. He goes, Kali, here, and he grabs up a key and he hands it to you, and it says 7th level fighter. It's the fighter 7.
Yeah.
He paused through Aviro. Here you go, and and this one says Druid 7. And he goes through and does this for all of you. When he gets to Pill, he goes, Pill Artificer. Oh, well, that's new. I haven't shown you the Artificer wing, have I? I have but a moment. Come this way. Come. And he jumps off the table. He doesn't actually give you a key. Instead, he jumps off the table and scurries down the wizard hallway. He does not seem to tell you one of you to follow him. He's just like, come with me. And he scurries down the wizard pathway. Does anybody follow? Who's following Philip?
Can Vero follow too? I'm
He
interested.
wasn't specific. He just handed you all keys and was like, Artificer, come with me! And just kind of takes off.
I'm gonna take a nap. See you later, guys.
You.
So let's see. So Pill and Vera are both going. Does anyone else want to follow?
I think that Rose just goes to the little cafe area, tries to find a spot, and when she inevitably can't, she just kind of orders what she wants and goes find a table that's not currently occupied.
Yeah, you eventually manage to find. It seems like when the inn is crowded, the space actually got bigger. Like there are more tables and chairs than you remember being here, and like the bar is like longer. It's weird, but yeah, you eventually do find an empty table and chairs. You're just like, oh, look, there's one.
Tyler will
But
go
yeah.
with her too, by the way.
Okay.
Mhm.
What about Arianti? What's Arianti up to?
He
Katie?
doesn't care.
Ah,
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. So I'll say then you probably stop and either get food or are heading to your own room. And Filigree sort of hops down the hallway, and you guys sort of head down the wizard corridor. And as you go, Hill, despite having walked down this corridor many times, you've never seen it turn left before. You've always turned right. All of you guys, whenever you've gone into your hallways, when you're like heading to a new level, you turn right. And turn right. And this time there is a pathway that branches between like room 3 and room 4 that turns left. And Filigree dashes down this turn, and you guys begin to see a new series of doors. They look slightly different than the current doors that you guys are sort of used to seeing. They're made of a heavier, like, it's almost like if you turn wood to iron. They've got the grains of wood, but they're clearly heavy iron doors. But they match the same pattern as like the wood grain for the other doors and the rest of. As you walk down there is 2 doors on your right and 1 door on your left through this little hallway. 2 of the doors, the doors on your right, one looks like it has looks like a potion vial of some kind on the door, and then underneath the vial you see like overlaid on top of that logo is a wand, and then some kind of tool, some kind of metal tool of some kind. The next door on your right that you see has an anvil, and then a wand and the same kind of metal tool overlaid on top of the anvil symbol. The door on your left has a gauntlet, some kind of gauntlet-looking device with a tool and the wand overlaid on top of those devices. And he scampers down this hallway, and it opens back up into what you could only describe as a library. It is a massive sort of library space. That it's got this like almost, for Vero and Pale, you guys kind of recognize it. It has like there's like a tang a little bit to the air, like a chemical taste. And you can see some of the books on the shelves look a little charred, and then those ones over there look like they may have been exposed to some kind of something that may have eaten through the pages. And you can kind of look, these books like they have been well worn. But they're all kinds of different texts. Each bookcase has a mesh locking cage. Like, you know, if you've seen like a mall when they close up, how they bring down that like mesh door over to lock up the store. It's very much like that, but there's like, it's like a really intricate golden like lattice work that's very swirly that seems to be locking up the individual bookcases. But it has its own lounge and seating area, and and it's got its own fireplace going, which crackles multiple colors. So normally it's orange, but every once in a while you see like a flare of something blue and then something green and maybe a purple, as it just sort of sits there, and it keeps the room a nice, comfortable temperature. And Filigree hops over to what looks like a librarian station almost, and he thrusts open a bigger book, another book, except this one's a thinner than the one you've seen that he's pulled out of behind the bar before. And he finds your name. Ha! Perfect. And then he pulls out a very small key versus the room keys you're used to getting. He pulls out a very small one. And hands it to you, and it's got a little 1 etched elegantly into the small golden key. And it will open one of the bookcases. The bookcase 1. And it gives you access to the information and knowledge for that bookcase. Filigree, okay, there you go. You have your key. Oh, a place to sleep. Hold on. And then he just rifles into his pockets and pulls out one of the big keys you're recognizing. It has the same placard on it that you normally get, but there's nothing written on this placard, and hands it to you. There you go. Now you have a place to sleep. You got access to the artificer's chambers. Once you get through reading the stuff in volume in shelf 1, we'll start giving you access to the other shelves, and then you'll start getting membership information, and from there we'll be able to give you user access to certain of the workshops, and you know all of this. It'll be fine. And he takes off. But so nice to see all of you again. Please enjoy your stay. I'll see you in a bit. And he takes off.
Wait, I want my caramel frap.
We'll get you a caramel frap. Just a second. And he's running down the hallway back to whatever he was doing before you guys showed up. He seems to be very, very busy.
And
yeah.
I want my venti soy caramel unicorn latte frap.
oh, Pill, please. Filigree.
He'll make it. He'll make you whatever nonsense you want.
I feel like I shouldn't be here, but this room is beautiful.
In the golden mesh that sort of locks all of the bookshelves, there are the numbers that seem to be like woven into part of the pattern. So one's got this big 1 on it, one has 2, and the bookshelves seem to range through 10. You don't see all the way up to 20. It's just 1 through 10 here right now. You don't know if there's other ways that you might level farther past 10, but for now, the bookshelf, the information source for you, Pill.
Yeah, Pill hears Vero say that he shouldn't belong, that he doesn't feel like he belongs here. Pill's like, I can just act ignorant and, make you really feel like you don't belong. If that'll help. I could pretend like I was here the whole time, be like, what's going on, children?
Very nice. I just, you just have to say when I should leave you alone. this is amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty, I don't mean to brag. I'm getting smarter.
You are such an...
He's such a
I almost got you to say a mean word.
I did not say anything.
Damn it.
Besides, do you have maybe a little time? I just wanted to ask you something.
What is it?
I've been doing a little bit of reading in the tomb, and it's been really interesting that Darius has written, and I might have a few questions because there's a certain kind of leaps of logic that I think I understand, but it might be helpful if you could cite over this too. It just would it be alright with, how do I put this? I might have a few questions, and since you're our professional in the
Handsome
arcane,
devil.
since you're a very capable wizard and our go-to professional for the arcane, would you perhaps answer me this?
Wait, answer you what? I didn't hear the last thing you said. What, answer you what?
He's basically been rambling about the book he's read, the Darius Tome, and since he had a few questions about the arcane and about how the logic of the spells work. So, what he's basically asking you if he can annoy you in the future with that.
If he can learn divination with that?
Yes.
He's like, well, I mean, it's not really a formal way of starting. I mean, it's as good a place as any to get you interested in the school if that's what you're going for. I would, frankly, I mean, it's like I said, it's a decent way to get to know the basics, I guess, at first. But if you really want to go into it, I would go to Baldur's Gate. Look for a guy there. You're interested in what, divination, right? I would look for a divination wizard there and see what he knows, because it's more than just learning how to cast spells from just your spell book. You're choosing a different subclass from mine.
I know. I've been just trying to get my head around a few things, and before I take a plunge, you see,
Well, I mean, like I said, it's not like you're doing the wrong thing. I mean, this book gets you interested in it, and it's a good first step. But I mean, really the best I can do is, teach you how to copy spells in a spell book and how to get a spell book in the first place. And, maybe I can help find some divination spells for you. Maybe it'll be easier when you're looking for them in the library or something, or, a wizard's tome.
Of course, that would be great. I'll leave you alone. You have work to do. I'm leaving. Thank you. I'm leaving. He's leaving. I'm awkward.
He's so great.
Are you sure he's leaving?
It's grabs a book, yeah, get out of here!
I've never felt that charisma 8 as much as in this moment.
It was
Oh boy.
Yeah, so Pill, at some point I'm assuming you'll probably unlock the bookcase that you now have the key access to. And it is basically Artificer 101 text. They're how to use certain tools. It's a lot of the how-to guides for certain spells. That every artificer needs to know these 10 spells.
Number 6.
This is how the ins and out of your tinkering kit, stuff like that. And so they're sort of explanations on how to do different known things that artificers can do. Several different texts on how to imbue magic in items and what kinds of magic you can put in items. And then there are several texts that tell you the importance of training your body and being able to physical strength can sometimes be, it doesn't just have to be brain versus brawn. You can do both. and that sometimes you will need to be physically strong if you're going to try to like make things, and why it can be important to wear armor. And so there is actually like a guide a little bit that's talking the different kinds of armor and the different ways that you can make armor lighter and make it more efficient for you to wear. It's still not going to give you the skill outright, like just from reading this stuff, but it's like a way to give you an idea on what to do next, like train or practice wearing armor or practice, moving around or jogging or whatever in armor. It's like a workout routine to get your body used to wearing armor, stuff like that. Yeah, so a lot of it's just like how-to stuff.
I was like, oh, armor, working out. This sounds like Kali wanting me to be safe and shit is bullshit.
There's an entire book talking about, as a blacksmith, you need to work out your upper body in order to lift the goddamn hammer. Like,
I just imagine it talking like Kali too, like, use the hammer, you child.
Mhm.
exactly. It's very much like
Which is
that.
also really funny because Callie has blacksmith tools and knows how to make weapons and shit too. So she can tell you how to
Yeah,
wield a
it's
blacksmith
like
hammer
if Kali
properly.
wrote this book specifically for Pill.
I mean, technically, can't he like use his zombies to do the hard work for him?
I could use the abomination
If
to do
they're
the
strong
heavy
enough.
lifting
Yeah.
for the book.
Yeah, he could. But for right now, you don't have access to a workbench. You just have access to the information. But yeah, because you don't have to pick a path yet. I don't think you pick a path until like 3rd or 2nd level or something. So
I think it's like 3rd level.
Third, yeah.
yes, but you now have access to your infused items and the information that you can infuse and all of that. So yeah, this is bananas. You're gonna have so much fun with this. But your character sheet should have all of the artificer information on it. And then the room key. Let me know when you're ready to quote unquote sleep and move on from this adventure, and I'll tell you how the blank room key works. But yeah, so who wanted to do what while we're here? Because the inn still has, of course, the game room, and then the open library that's kind of open to everybody.
I think that Rose goes to the library to learn some new card games.
Okay.
Just to have more things to know how to play. More specifically, she wants to look for betting kinds of card games.
Okay. You probably would have better luck instead of the library side in the actual game room. There probably is how-to guides to play certain games and things like that, and they've got all the different. They've got like the wall of like board games and stuff. Like if you've ever been to any kind of like video game store, they've got like just the stacks of games and stuff.
All right, then
like that.
she probably goes to the library, asks an assistant about it, and they're like, "Well, you probably have more luck in the game room." And she's like,
Exactly.
"Oh yeah."
Yeah. So you actually head over to the game room, and you now see why it's so busy. There's apparently some kind of game tournament happening here. Like, you have bunches and bunches of people all sitting around with like these decks of cards. They're not like playing cards. They're some other kind of cards, and they seem to be like arranging them in certain patterns, and they play against one person versus another person, and it's some kind of card tournament is happening.
Hold on.
Magic?
I have a very important question. Do they all have stupid hairstyles?
Yes.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh!
But they are
Damn
playing
it, I
some
thought it
kind
was
of-
matching.
it's actually Hearthstone.
Oh, well, there you go.
So like when they play a card, the little monsters pop up and attack each other. So they're playing a Hearthstone tournament is essentially what's happening in the room next to you. And they've all got like name badges that they're wearing that have really stupid names. It's all their like Twitch streamer names.
New Master 69, and you
Exactly.
see Loki.
It's shit like that. So yeah, there's clearly some kind of like tournament happening. Yeah. But there is still, despite the tables like seeming like when you first walk in, you think the entire place is filled. You still manage to find like an empty table after you look for a little while. You manage to find like an open space. And there's several different kinds of card games. Go ahead and make me this would probably be an intelligence check. Just like straight int. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let me bring up my sheet so I can see it. All right. That's a 7 altogether.
7 altogether. You don't find like a particularly new one. Like a new game in particular. Sorry, I'm looking up different kinds of card games. Or different kinds of tavern games to play in D&D. I'm
half expecting to find Gwent and then be like, wait a minute, how am I supposed to get the cards for this?
Yeah. So you find a game called Crown and Anchor. So it's a betting game using playing cards. That you place any amount of gold on a grid numbered 1 through 6, and then the corresponding cards, of course, are dice in this case because it's just how we play D&D. But the way the game works is that then you roll 3d6 one at a time, and if one die matches the number they bet, they win 1 times it, 1 times the amount of gold. So basically, you win your money back. If you 2 dice match it, you win. You double their bet. If 3 dice, it's triple. If none of the dice match, you lose your money. But this is essentially the flavor text is this is played with cards. It's a kind of like a rush. It's like a roulette game almost. Yeah.
Cool.
And so it can be it can be played by yourself or it can be played with others. It has to be played with others, but you don't have to all be. You're not necessarily playing against each other so much as playing together.
I get that.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, okay. So you end up looking up this card game, and a couple of the people who either are not part of the tournament or have already lost and they're just not wearing their name badges, sort of approach you and see if you want to play with them. But they're yeah.
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and tell me where are you betting? Like, what number are you betting on?
Let's bet 5 to be it's not an even number, but like just a roundish number.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 3d6. Tell me the first number, then the second, then the third.
Okay. First one is 5.
Nice.
Second is 4.
Okay.
And third is 5 again.
All right. So you actually managed to make double your money back.
Nice.
The guy next to you manages to roll 3 6s in a row. It was like crazy. So he tripled his money amount. But yeah. So the way the pot works is that whoever wins more. So if you have 2 dice that match yours, you win the money. And then the rest kind of goes to the people who only got 1 left. Yeah, and then the person who wins 3 times would then win whatever the amount from the total pot is, would then triple theirs if they can make triple of it. And then the rest of the money kind of gets dispersed downwards. So he made all of his money back. So he got 3 coins. And the other guy totally lost. He did not get any. And so you made twice your money back because you guys both took the gold he made.
Yay! So I get 10 gold altogether.
Yeah. The problem is you don't keep the money.
Oh, you're right. That's right.
So this is just for fun. So there's no real, and they understand that. So they're willing to like bet, here's 50 gold because it's meaningless right now in the inn. But yeah.
Fair enough. It didn't even occur to me.
Yeah. So, but yes. So you were essentially teaching yourself how this game works. By the end of the game, or the end of the stay, however many rounds you play, you will quote unquote know how it works. And so, if you ever want to say cheat at it, you would understand enough about the rules to do so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Learning how to cheat at a new game. That's so Rose.
I
Yep.
mean, she probably in the middle of playing. She's like, okay, it sounds like I could do this in order to make sure that I get this kind of card. A little bit counting cards, a little bit just she's had experience with cheating before.
And you're familiar with cards, so
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Who else wants to do something?
I have an idea.
Mhm.
But Filigree's busy as fuck, right?
He is a touch busy, but I mean, he seems to appear when you call for him. So.
Yeah, about when I tried to find out stuff about him, but I'm not sure if I should. I don't want to make the poor guy mad.
Well, he is busy this time, so
It's up to you.
mhm.
It could affect you when I mess up. Yeah.
Don't be
he
like
does
that.
not appear to be salty with anybody else. And even every time you peer, he still gives you a key. He has not yet thrown you out or anything.
I'm just gonna. Okay, another idea I had.
Mhm.
Go for it, go.
I just want. He just wants to, look at Filigree a few times during doing his own stuff. Just make a few inside checks, generally,
Okay.
trying to ascertain if he can trust him.
Okay.
Because. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to make 2 insight checks and 2 perception checks.
Okay. That one's good. That's a 25.
Okay.
The
Filigree's
second
so bad
insight-
after he needs double checks.
That's not bad. That's plus 6, 19. Okay, the perception check's no gonna suck.
don't know that.
No! 16 plus 7 is 23.
Okay.
13 again. Which is 20 for perception, yeah.
Okay. So you got 25 and 19 for insight, and then a 23 and a 20 for perception.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
So you were essentially sitting at one of the tables in the cafe area, kind of watching him run around the bar.
I'm reading a book because that's not suspicious. Vero reads books all the time.
It's so cute. Vero's trying to think of how to cloak his shit. It's hilarious. Yep. But yeah, so you're sitting there, you're reading a book, and you're trying to get a feel for how for kind of filigree in general. One of the occasions when he's making the lap around the bar, because it's circular, he comes into view for you, and for a moment you see a silhouette of a person, and then the silhouette shifts into a ferret running along the countertop. Like he's moving so quickly, whatever illusion is making him look this way had a stutter where it almost faded for a second, and you gotta look at maybe how somebody else might see Filigree. And you saw a humanoid figure. You can't say whether it was human or not, but you saw a silhouette of a person that seemed shift. Like 1 second you saw a person, the next second it was Filigree behind the counter running along the bar top. Like there was a person standing there moving quickly, and then it became filigree. There was no like magical transformation. It was just like a blink. Like between the blink, he was a person to a ferret, and there was no like shift, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing, while you were you're watching him interact with customers, he's clearly having a discussion with somebody, one of the older patrons, somebody who is probably a higher level than you or probably anyone in your party, and they're having this heated discussion, and Filigree kind of puts his foot down like in a little stomp, and it's really cute, and you watch as the dishes behind him rattle just a little, like they shake just a little bit, as though the stomp was a much larger stomp, and whatever illusion that was maintaining it seemed to shudder for a second and show you the behind the illusion. And the guy who he was arguing with kind of like backs off a little bit from whatever they had been discussing. And Filigree kind of like waves his hands at him and heads off to doing whatever else he was doing. But yeah, so through the course of watching him, you're able to see that the illusion isn't perfect. Whatever is allowing him to look like a ferret and not like a ferret to other people, is not a perfect spell. Yeah.
That's so interesting. What I kind of wanted to ascertain is if we would trust Filigree enough to just let the thing drop. But, that's even a little bit more intimidating. How do I put it?
Yeah, he is. You're like trying to ascertain what kind of person he is, but since you're just kind of watching him from a distance, it's hard to gauge his personality. So instead, you're kind of gauging how he's interacting with the world, and you're like, "Fuck!" with a shit ton of magic. That's how he's interacting with the world.
He just kind of frowns, but goes back to reading.
Okay.
Oh boy.
What did somebody else what did someone else want to do? What else are we doing in the inn?
I don't think I can't remember because it's been so long. I don't remember if it was something I was supposed to research. I can't think of it. Didn't I already research Planewalkers? I think I did that the last time I was in the inn.
Yeah, you did research Planewalkers the last time you were here.
Yeah, I can't remember if there was another thing I was supposed to do. Oh, well, I want to go around and just, because there's a lot of people here, and just see if there's anyone I recognize. Just check out everyone that's in the inn.
Okay, make an investigation check. Six. There's a lot of people here, but you don't see a face in particular that reminds you of anybody. However, while you're walking through, have you ever been in a crowd and swear to God you heard somebody you knew? Like that feeling of like, wait, was that my mom talking to me? Like the voice sounded like perfect. You keep getting this feeling like you keep hearing somebody who sounds familiar to you, but you can't like place a name or find who the familiar person is.
Oh, darn it.
Yeah. There may have been somebody here who you might know, but it's really hard to find a face that is someone you directly recognize. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
Well, I was gonna go off if I was able to find anyone. Is there, besides the Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, is there anything else that's going on in the whole inn?
No, that seems to be the main kind of thing that's like caused there to be a bunch of people here this time. There's no other like event happening in the inn. You can see some of the little like woodland creatures are kind of like hiding a little bit because they're like trying to like either not get wrapped up into doing more work, or B, they're sort of trying to stay out from underneath people's feet. There's just like a lot of happening right now. And so like you catch a couple of them like hiding behind books or underneath tables and stuff while you're doing your search.
Want to, when I'm getting ready to go to bed, to see what would happen if I tried to use my Planewalker ability while I'm in the inn.
Okay. Yeah, you can-
But before that, that's when I'm going to bed. But before that, I want to just help Filigree because he seems like he needs some help.
Okay.
No.
Make me a performance check.
Bad. Okay, plus 9.
22. Nice. Okay. So you can see that nobody seems to be like forming a line or anything, and they're like all just kind of like all over the place yelling their orders. And so you jump up onto the bar top. And you begin using magic and your small child voice and manage to carry over sort of the noise a little bit and help the woodland creatures kind of like organize people into form like line. And you're able to keep the crowd entertained even though they're waiting and stuff like that, and it sort of calms a lot of the like chaos down quite a bit. And during this process, Filigree comes up to you and sort of like hops up onto the countertop next to you, and he's like little paw is wiping his brow, and he's like trying to clean up his fur a little bit. He goes, "Thank you so much, Arianti. You didn't have to do this, but I really appreciate it. We're just so busy today. You know, I forgot about this whole tournament, and then they started showing up one after the other, and it's been a mess. But thank you. I really appreciate it."
Anything else I can help you with?
Oh no, this has been wonderful. I sincerely appreciate your help. You know, I'll let you in on a little secret. You know how all of those windows, they show the crazy places outside and the different regions? They're perfectly safe to go in, you know. You could open up one of those windows and just go out into, the forest you might see, or down onto that beach. So long as you keep the window open and you make sure it doesn't get closed while you're stuck outside. But you can have a great time out there. There's nothing that's going to come out and get you. It's just like a bubble. A little pretty bubble that you can hang out in. It's totally safe to be in. Again, as long as nobody closes that window while you're out.
The window.
Yeah. The first couple times you guys were here, I kind of talked about how all of the windows, like through all of like the walkways and things like that, you see these big like windows and stuff that seem to show, each window showed a different like location. Some of them show beaches, some of them showed like a forest, some of them showed perhaps a busy looking city that you don't quite recognize all of the objects that are like in the city. There was one that seemed to be like a swirling tornado of fire. There was one that clearly was like a sea of stars. But yeah, they're all over the place. They're just kind of like up corridors. There's like one, they're like crammed in weird places, and none of them are like the same size or shape. But you got like one in between bookcases, behind, a staircase, and like in between the arches for the rooms and things like that. They're all.
Arianti wants to go in one.
Okay.
But she's trying to learn to be better about doing things that might be dangerous on her own. And she knows the ones that's going to get angry the most is Callie. So she's going to purposely look for Callie to see if she can help make sure that the window stays open.
Okay. What is Callie doing?
Zoning out. Reading Twitter.
No, it's okay.
Sorry. I mean, she's probably just watching people and hanging out around the cafe area, truthfully. Mhm.
Okay. If you're not doing something specific, then at some point during this misadventure, Arianti pops in and like, Callie, I finally found you.
Like, hi kid, what's up?
Told me something really cool. You know those windows that, like, each window looks like it's like a different world?
Yeah.
He says that we're able to go in one and visit the world, and it's perfectly safe, but it's important that the window stays open. He didn't tell me what would happen if it closed, but he just says that it has to stay open. And I was wondering, I wanted to go, I wanted to visit one, and I was wondering if you would, like, make sure the window didn't close?
Wait, who told you?
Filigree.
Filigree did? Okay. Sorry, I actually don't know as a player because I was busy with my son and talking to someone on Twitter. But
No worries. Yeah. Filigree's like, yeah, you can climb out into the windows. Go for it, kid.
Okay, as long as it was Filigree that told her and not some other random person.
No.
Okay,
This was
good.
not a train incident.
Okay, good. She goes, well, if Filigree said it's cool, then, I mean, yeah, sure. I'll help. I'll keep the window
Okay,
open.
I don't know which one to go in. What were the ones that are there?
What is one you want to go in?
Uh,
Like, think of a place you're like, I always wanted to go here.
Disneyland, I don't know what that is.
Is there something that's like full of stars and sparkles?
Yeah, there is one that looks very much like a sea of stars. It's like space.
That.
Okay.
Safely breathe in that place?
He said it was safe.
Okay.
So you guys head over to that window. It's a little high up for you, Arianti. You have to kind of get Kali to kind of like lift you up onto the windowsill. The shape of the window is kind of like it's like roundish. It's like a little oblong. But it's like a rounder window, and you can kind of like get your fingers in there, and you kind of thrust open the latch. And when you do, it's just this calm. It's like a wave of calm washes over you. It's clearly no gravity. Like if you float out here, you'll just be floating in space essentially. But it doesn't seem to cause any problems, and it's just like a sea of total calm. While you're out there floating, you seem to be able to breathe just fine. But you can see that when you look back, the window there is still like in the void. Like you can see the window space because the window is open. Like you can see through the open window into the inn still. And you kind of see Kali standing there.
And
You cut out, Katie, what?
I said, "Hey, Kali, this is so fun." She shows up by doing a bunch of weird flips in the anti-gravity.
Yeah,
Look what I can do!
it's very strange. It's like half anti-gravity, half like being underwater. So like you can move and stuff. Like you can propel yourself forward. Like it's like swimming. But yeah, so you do a bunch of flips, you do a bunch of crazy stuff. Was there anything in particular you wanted to do while you were out here? Just hang out in space?
Something I can do in space. Does it echo when I go, "Hello"?
There's no when you speak, like when you were talking to Kali, it doesn't make any noise besides what you hear. Like it's Kali, you can hear her speaking. Arianti, you don't hear yourself through your ears. It's just inside your chest. You hear that you are making noises, but your ears are not picking up any noise.
Well, you can feel the rumble, basically.
Yeah.
The vibration.
Your ears are like stuffed up, and so you can't hear anything really well, but you can like tell you're talking. It's like that.
It was even louder than she means to because she's like,
Exactly.
I can't hear myself out here.
Dang, girl.
She closes her eyes for a bit and just tries to feel everything. Like a little mini meditation kind of thing.
Okay. When you close your eyes, the weird weightless feeling seems to disappear. Like, you sort of stop and you kind of close your eyes and you like take it, and you don't, you know, when you had your eyes open, you were upside down. You don't feel upside down anymore. You feel like you're sitting, like you're just sitting on like the floor somewhere. Even though you definitely remember being like starfished out in space upside down. But when you close your eyes, it's very much like you were sitting on the floor in some like calm room. You open your eyes again, you're in space, starfished out. Close them, you're sitting straight up and down, totally calm.
Like, she closes her eyes and then tries to see if she can feel around.
When you close your eyes, you can kind of like feel beside you. It's like floor. It's like you're touching the floor.
Feel like any specific kind of material.
Nope. It's just smooth.
What are you doing? Kelly calls, watching her oddly reach around like that.
Can I
just, like,
hear
patting
Kali?
around.
Yeah.
I mean, I can hear myself. Can I hear Kali?
No.
Mm.
So she, like, sees if she can stand up with keeping her eyes closed.
The child is standing upside down. Like, it looks like her feet are flat on something, and she is totally upside down.
And then she just tries walking and then has her arms out and just tries to feel around places.
Okay. She begins walking towards you, Kali, and she's kind of like waving her arms around with clothes. And swear to God, it is the creepiest thing you have ever seen. She is like standing in the void, walking. You eventually hit what you think is a wall, and then, like, you feel like a wall, and then you can feel the window. Like, you walk towards, with your eyes closed. Like, you can feel the shape of the window.
Kelly's gonna reach out and touch her. Yeah.
Totally quiet. You hear
Friends.
nothing, and something grabs you in the void.
Yeah.
Her eyes shoot open. She goes, ah!
And you start like swimming and floating again. That floaty feeling comes back.
Yeah, I guess you can't hear Callie laugh, but you can, if you look at her, she's
No,
laughing.
yeah, you can see her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Kelly couldn't hear her either.
Oh, Kali can hear
I can
her,
hear you.
but
Yeah.
she can't hear Kali.
Huh.
It's like
Okay.
one way.
So she's like, that was weird. And so she climbs back through the window. Hey, Kali, you want to try it?
She's like, I don't think so.
Okay, can I try a different window?
Sure.
So
Yeah, this
Ari's
one.
going to be doing as many windows as allows.
Essentially, the vibe is the exact same. Like in the other ones that aren't space-like, you can't do like the crazy flips. It's like walking around. But like if you end up in like a meadow and it's full of grass, you close your eyes and you try to touch the ground. And it's smooth. You open your eyes, your fingers are like in the grass. It feels warm and soft and the whole thing. Close your eyes, smooth.
That's weird.
Every window is like that. Every window you try.
I try to convince Kali to try.
Okay, you guys will be doing this for a little while, so we're gonna jump to somebody. Speaking of, Poison, you wake up from the brief sort of nap you took, and you feel a bit different. You feel the room looks bigger to you. Like you weren't expecting the room to be so much bigger than you are. But it is. Like, it's bigger, and you feel kind of hungry, but you just, like, want some grass. Like, some grass would be great. Oh, no, what would be better? Clovers. You totally want to eat some clover flowers. And everything's kind of small. Oh, look, that thing's shiny. Like, oh, wait, no, you were getting clover. You have like a really short attention span right now. But you are wee and you have paws.
I need to
Do
get
with
me,
that what you will.
yeah, I totally need to get me some of that grass.
So you scamper out of your room, and man, holy shit, everybody's huge. And you're so close to the floor. It's very weird.
I'm going to go look for Vero because he may have grass.
Okay, so you head to find Vero, and you can actually smell Vero. You've never been able, you've always had a pretty good sense of smell. You've kind of always relied on your sense of smell. So you use that same sense of smell, and you're sniffing for like a wintry smell. It's how you always kind of figured Vero should smell anyway. And you kind of navigate your way through all of the feet and things like that, and it's fairly comfortable to move like this, despite you being wee. And so you manage to get towards a table, and you see Vero is sitting there reading, but he's enormous. Like, you knew he was a little taller than you, but Jesus, he even sitting down, the tables, he's got quite a few extra feet on you just sitting. Vero, make me a perception check.
Sure. It would be great if I didn't.
You just nat one, just total fail.
Not in that one. It's an 11.
11. Are you trying to be sneaky, Poison?
Yes, I need to climb that tree.
Okay, roll a stealth check. Pick whichever shape you think is the most accurate to make that check, because you don't have your dex, you have whatever creature's dex you have.
Oh, but I only have the really big ones here. Don't have this.
That's okay. The stats aren't super different.
Oh,
like the
okay.
dexes don't change a whole lot.
Oh wait, why did I roll with? Why the water horse? No, sorry, I got the wrong. Oh no, it's because I have the.
Do you have the name? Do you have the name selected as Warhorse?
Yes.
Okay, we'll still use that as your dex. Okay. You, Vero, you don't see this. Vero is not seeming to have noticed you at all. Poisoned. So Sarabi is totally incognito.
I'm gonna climb that tree.
Are you climbing the chair, or are you gonna try to climb Vero?
Yes.
So like,
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out, are you like trying to climb up his like shin, or are you gonna try to climb up the chair and like start climbing him when you reach his lap?
Let's start with the chair.
Okay, so you climb up the chair. You cease to be sneaky the moment you try to climb into his lap, and Vero, there's a small creature trying to climb into your lap. You look down. You see a small marmot, very similar to Nelly, but all gray all over, and it's got a little teeny earring that's like got a teeny feather on it. And it's in your lap.
Yes. I mean, I don't think he would be scared because he's used to it from Nelly.
Yeah. So you look down and you're expecting to see Nelly, and this is not Nelly.
I mean, I guess he flinches a little, but then he looks. Can I make like a perception check or an intelligence check to know what? Do I know? Insight.
Probably insight. Insight would do it.
Okay. Give me grass, you giant man! Natural 20.
It is absolutely Sarabi, without any question in your mind.
And he's like, oh, hey. Yeah, the first time's always a little weird. You get used to it.
She's just squeaking at you, like she's not making human noise.
Oh my gosh, a smile like screams, this is adorable! This is utterly adorable. Okay.
She's like this in the palm of your hand.
Do you need something? Can I help you somehow? I think he puts his hand under the Sarami, like how you cup water, kind of.
Yep.
I don't know how to.
That's fantastic.
Can I cast animal? Talk to animals? Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait a
absolutely.
sec.
You can totally cast speak with animals. You don't. There's no need to like burn a spell slot because you guys are technically asleep while this is happening. You cast the spell. You now can speak with Sarabi. Sarabi, you can understand him. You couldn't understand what he was saying before.
Give me that grass, you tall man! Shiny, nice grass!
Yeah,
All
Sarabi,
right.
definitely thinking about food.
Alright, fine, wait a second. Gonna set Sarabi on the table and make some with Druidcraft. What I was saying, the first time's always a little strange, I guess. Weird. But you get used to it real fast, and he's just Druidcrafting grass for you to eat and gives it to her.
Yep. You know which kind of grass Nelly likes the best, and so you're just kind of like you're making basically the food you would normally give them.
Okay, he's gonna eat it. Like attack the food, like a 2 inches long predator.
Also, Nelly adores good berries, so he makes a few for her too.
There you go. You have a nice little like nest of grass and berries for you to eat.
Congratulations, you have 2 pets now. Why is everyone so weak?
Yes, well, that depends kind of on the shape you're choosing. I mean, would you be, say, a horse? I don't think everyone would be as tall anymore. It wasn't a suggestion, just an example.
When Vera says that, Sarabi, you're like, holy shit, you're not your person. You are in fact a small. It just occurred to you.
She looks at her hand because she noticed she was a bit more hairy than usual. But it's like, you don't really pay attention to those things. Holy crap! Put it back! How did you do it? You're back to normal! Oh my god!
Oh, you didn't do that on purpose? It's fine, it's completely okay, it's your animal shape.
But I wanted to be something like a bear! Turn me back! And she starts stomping her feet on the table. Turn me back!
Okay, nothing of that. Just focus and try to... Okay, I don't want to describe anything wrong. Basically, what he would be saying is focus and try to go back into Sarabi mindset. Imagine yourself. But is that how you usually animal shape, Beth?
Yeah,
Is
basically.
that how the lore for that works? Okay,
Yeah.
he will tell her that.
Concentrate. Oh, that's really shiny. No, wait.
Maybe you should go to the ground though, and not on the table. That's
Too late!
Damn it.
She's already concentrating.
Oh, fantastic! Because that was my plan. You managed to focus, Sarabi, and you turn back into a person, but you were definitely sitting on the table, like a foot away from Vero.
Nice. Perfect. Then doesn't table fall or something, or do I have to roll something for not falling?
It's a well-made table. You do knock Vera's drink off onto the floor. Like,
It's okay.
you get bigger suddenly, and you, like, knock everything off the table. Like, the book, the drink, everything falls on the floor.
oh my god, we're saving the book before the drink gets to it.
I imagine, like, catching the book. Okay, that's that was really weird. And then she picks up some of the grass and keeps eating.
This is basically how I felt when I first turned into... What was my first animal shape? I think a bunny, I'm not sure.
That's adorable.
I believe it was a bunny. I think it was something really cute.
Oh, this is your influence. I wanted my first shape to be something really awesome, like a... I don't know. A cat.
It was a cat. It was a cat because you guys were in a dungeon.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right, the cat.
Yeah, you turned into a cat.
Well, okay. That doesn't mean that he couldn't have turned into a bunny previous to our adventures.
Yes, it's canon now. His first animal shape before this all happened. No, wait. The first animal you get that with level 2. Never mind.
Oh, well.
All right.
Flavor.
Do you remember how Beth described how he felt the instinct of the animal?
Yeah. So whenever you change shape, you take on that mentality that the animal would have. When you become a cat, you proud and have a level of prowess that goes along with being a cat. You know you're a predator. You know you're kind of better than everybody else a little bit as a cat. You also like to chase, laser pointers. You inhabit those personalities. So when you become a small rat creature, you inhabit some of those personalities. Short attention span, food's probably your main goal here. You're kind of avoiding people you don't know, like avoiding feet. You probably stuck closer to the edges, like chairs and tables and stuff, so you wouldn't get stepped on, that kind of thing. When you are polymorphed, the difference between polymorph and animal shape, polymorph is you become the animal versus inhabit that animal's personality. So you're still you just have an understanding of how to act as an animal. You're familiar with it. When you get polymorphed, you don't know 100% how to use all of your limbs and things like that. You don't know how it all right away. It's not instinctual. So if you get polymorphed into, say, a bird, you have to give yourself a minute to figure out how to fly. Stuff like that. Beast shape, you automatically know how to fly. Stuff like that.
Yes, like the animal gives you all the knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you get to keep your intelligence scores, whatever your mental stats are. You keep those because you can maintain spells in this shape.
Okay. Sarah looks at Bjorn and goes, How do you turn it on?
How do you turn into... sorry, I didn't understand right now. Turn into Ton?
How do you turn it on?
How do you become an animal? Yeah.
Oh. I mean... it's kind of... You have to picture it. You have to try to get into its mindset. You have to... It helps to see the animal in question, to study it, to follow. It's more of a connection, I feel. How do I put this? It's hard to explain. How about? I mean, you know how Pietro is, right? So you can get into the mindset of a wolf. I mean, I guess that wouldn't be hard, right? So, I would try that. Focus. Think of how he moves, how he acts, how...
Alright, she's gonna close her eyes and focus and turn to become a wolf.
Okay. Yeah. You're able to shift into a wolf. You manage to again, you're still sitting on the table. But and you're very familiar with especially because of Pietro, how a wolf moves, how a wolf looks. You've hunted wolves before. You understand their pack mentality, the kinds of behaviors they do. When you shift, Vera, as you because you've never actually seen, I guess you've seen probably your master do this, but this is the first time you've seen Sarabi like shift. And so it's very interesting to watch. But the way she shifts, it's almost like the wolf pelt that she wears sort of is pulled up over her face, and she becomes the wolf, and has the same colorations. She's got all of the same markings as the wolf pelt, including keeping the feather earrings. But yes, she has the same eye color she normally would as a person, but she looks like the wolf pelt she wears. And she's just sitting on the table.
She's gonna jump on the ground and then look around and smell and turn and turn and turn and start chasing her tail.
Like brother, like sister.
Yes.
You are twins in every sense of the word. I really see the resemblance now.
As you say that, you realize this wolf looks very, very similar to Pietro. Maybe the markings are slightly like whiter on Pietro. They're a little darker, but like their shape, the way they stand, how they move, they're very, very similar. It's just something that stands out.
Mm-hmm. He just somewhat smiles at us.
Okay. The wolf stop, barks, and then runs to find Kali.
Kali, you have reached the plane of fire.
Oh god.
And despite so far all of the windows, you're like, it's a motherfucking plane of fire. I'm not letting you.
No. Our auntie probably convinced her to go through some of them, but not the plane of fire.
Yeah. So like
eventually she would have given in and would have gone into a few of them. But yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you have reached the plane of fire window essentially, and our auntie's like, this one. And this is when Sarabi comes running up to you guys.
Wolf bomb on your face!
What?
You are used to this by this point, to being jumped by a large dog.
Yeah.
You think it's Pietro for a second, like out of the corner of your eye, you're like, oh my god, Pietro!
Yeah.
She says,
and she looks. What does Strawberry look like exactly? As a wolf, does she look like Pietro or no?
Yeah,
it's
they look like
Just
like
like-
very similar.
Okay.
Her
Maybe
markings are lighter and they're thinner. So like the facial markings and some of the darker gray coloration is a little bit of a lighter color on Sarabi instead of the darker for Pietro, and she's wearing the freaking feather earrings.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Kind of like about to yell, "God damn it, Pietro!" but stops. He was wet. Yeah. Pause and stare at the dog.
the moment you call her Pietro, like she
She's
stares
about
at
to.
you.
She goes pit and stops.
Poker face.
He's like a
Sarabi?
Yeah. Question mark? Yeah.
One wolf for yes, two wolves for no. It's what you've established with Pietro already.
Thank you, baby. She's paused. She's like, "What? How are you a wolf? What the hell?"
Okay, but how would a dog shrug?
Shrug. They can shrug.
Just shrug.
You get how those muscles work. Yeah, you shrug.
She just kind of tilts her head like, what do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. Turning her head up.
Kneels down and starts to like, I guess, inspect her. Like, what the hell? Like, it's kind of cool, but like, you're not stuck as a wolf now, too. I don't have two wolf siblings now, do I? What the hell?
When Kari gets her hand close, the Sarah like raise her palm and shake her hand.
Shake. He kind of goes, "Oh look, already trained." Yeah. She goes.
She's gonna
She
turn
goes-
and
Mhm.
turn again.
You
Hmm?
chase your
gonna
tail
turn-
again.
Yes.
Brad,
He's going to what again?
chase your tail.
No. I was like, okay, yeah.
There too, right?
Chase her tail.
Can you guys not hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Or I can hear you now.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Oh. I've been talking. So anyway, is Ariantes there with?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Ariante would probably also react.
Mhm.
Like, that's Sarabi? How did she become a wolf?
I don't know, but she's
Go-
a lot less quieter as one.
Oh,
Don't-
can I cast Speak with Animals?
Yep.
On myself. So I'm gonna be like, Sarabi, is that you?
Yeah, kid, you have no idea how many things I can smell. You, those mushrooms really are nasty.
I'm a wolf.
You smell like sunshine. Everybody's so shiny. I want to chase everything.
Treat out of her pocket and see how Sarabi reacts.
She sits like a, she turns her ears and sits.
She waves it over Sarabi and sees if she follows.
Yeah, she follows with her eyes, like hypnotized.
She pretends to throw it and see if she tries to jump for it.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Right there.
So you probably would fall for that maybe once or twice. But you do have your intelligence, so you do know how that stupid trick works.
Yeah, but like I'm getting used of how the dog mentality so much happier.
That's true.
Damn kid, where have you been all this time? You could have had you train them a long time ago.
Sing with Pedro, though he's a little stubborn.
He's always been.
Okay, she gives Sarabi the treat and pats her on the head.
So he grabs the treat, eats it, barks, and then runs to the library. And I'm gonna leave it like that.
In the library.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that because to be honest, I wanted Sarabi to do something at the library for her character, but it wasn't as fun as running around as a dog.
Okay. Yeah, you can. I mean, again, you used your two beast shapes for this encounter. Yeah. So you can shift back and do whatever you wanted with the library book. But Pill, what did you want to do besides reading the tomes? Like, you can do something else as well, because everybody's going to get their level up, so you don't have to just spend your whole time leveling.
I just go to the inn, get shit faced.
On Unicorn Frappuccinos?
Yeah.
You start getting to put vodka in it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Since there are you can get totally shit faced. You will not wake up with a hangover. So you can drink essentially until you have alcohol poisoning if you want.
Yes.
I gotta be
I
right
do
back.
Okay. But yeah, you can just drink yourself under the table. You do eventually see a dog that looks very much like Peter, but definitely has Sarabi's earring go chasing by you, and you're just like, "Fuck! I need something stronger than just vodka."
Sarabi
sorry.
acted like her usual self. Fucking stupid.
Oh no,
What's up,
there are two of them now.
Yeah. What's up, Sano?
Oh,
I
so are there any like out of character? What characters are at the bar?
There is a mixture of races. There's a couple of elves down on the end of the bar. There is a dragonborn who seems to be following your kind of same mentality and is attempting to drink himself unconscious. There is another set of people. There's like 3 or 4 people on the other side of the Dragonborn who seem to be deep in conversation with some kind of like map, and they seem to be discussing what they're going to do next. They're a variety. You've got a halfling. There's a maybe a half orc. You think is probably the other person there, and then there's a what's another fun race? Someone who looks a little like a shifter. So they're have more like fur a little bit, like hair on their face a little bit more. They've got a little bit of longer claws, a little bit longer teeth, and they seem to be arguing over a map in a language you're not familiar with. But the Dragonborn next to you is red scales and has like deep black colored armor and is just pounding alcohol.
Bill, heads over to the Dragonborn. It's like, I think you and I are gonna make great friends.
He looks kind of over at you, looks at your wardrobe, and goes, "Yeah, I think we are," and just drains another one. He has a glove on one. Like he's hiding one of his hands.
And they just like start taking shots together.
Yep.
Oh, Balin.
He's not gonna ask you any questions about him, and he hopes you won't ask him any questions. And y'all are just gonna get shit-faced together.
Yep, that's the plan.
Friendship.
So
Friendship. What's up?
I don't know if Sol wants to, but Vero kind of wanted to talk to Kali and just make sure she's at ease. Decide worried me.
I mean, she's off with our auntie. Letting our auntie drag her around everywhere, so you have to go find her.
Yeah, so you could probably find her. At some point, I'm assuming during one of these escapades, you could find it when Ariete is currently in the space exploring it, and Kali's just standing at the window, and you guys can talk.
If you're okay with that, Sol, I don't know. I don't want to.
I'm fine.
You seem okay.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Pill is getting shit-faced at the bar.
Okay. Rose probably ends up having a glass of wine too many because while playing games.
Rad. Yep, you're in there sweeping the floor with people because now you fully understand how this game. You are just cleaning them out. You have this mound of gold and a tiara on your head because of course none of it matters. So they're betting crazy bullshit right now when they're playing. It doesn't matter. So you've got a sword and people are trying to catch you cheating. They know you are cheating and they cannot figure out how you were doing it.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
She's refining her cheating tools.
Yeah, essentially you were sitting there, but they're betting you have a holy avenger next to you. It's insane. You're sitting in a pile of gold. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead.
Can't wait to teach everybody else the game.
But yes,
I think he's approaching her with 2 glasses of wine. not something particularly strong, but so. And because he's kind of awkward at starting conversation, he's just gonna look at the Sarabi that's running around and... Did you see it yet? I'm so proud.
She's like, yeah, I got tackled by it.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I feel like I need to apologize because I was the one who jump-started the whole wolf idea because it's easier to shape into something you're familiar with.
It's okay. When both her and Petro start chaos as wolves together, you can handle it. She kind of laughs like she's not serious.
It just winces a little.
Discussing parenting.
Mm-hmm.
But gives her a glass. Since I think usually I would ask if you're okay and all that, but it's sort of redundant, and I feel gonna take a sip of my gas. I'm not good at casual conversation. That's why I brought this.
Nice breaker.
I I just want to talk to not necessarily Vent, I guess, but if you need to, I'm here. I'm listening, I'm trying to loosen up.
She gives him a little bit of a smile, then glances at Ariente, who's doing Ariente things. And
let's see, where are you this time? You were underwater. You were like at a coral reef, and you're like swimming around the coral reef. That's where you're at right now.
She still has Speak with Animals on, and so she ends up meeting Nemo and his family.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just you're talking to all the fish. You're talking with sea turtles. You're talking with sharks. Like yeah.
Burblings. That's allowed, that's okay.
like, yeah, as long as the window stays open, which is why I'm here.
I
Yeah.
see.
You should go in though. It's pretty cool.
I don't
Can't you turn into like water creatures? Can you be like a dolphin?
Yes.
I technically could.
I'm sure the kid would like to ride around on a dolphin. But anyway, sorry. That's not what you asked me about. I'm better than I was. Not fully, but better.
I'm glad to hear that. So, anyway, you told me about this one, that free day when I asked for a break.
Yeah.
Same of us ends here. I think you, of all of us, need a break.
We'll see, I guess, what happens when we get into town. We still have a bit to do. She goes, and you, and she kind of reaches out and gently nudges his arm, can make it to Candlekeep now, so...
Yes, finally! I blushes again.
It's like, I'm sure that'll be exciting. You can drag Pill in there.
You must probably think I'm an idiot.
Why?
I might have tried to ask him for help and really butchered it. That's fine.
Just kind of shrugged. She's like, eh. Oh.
You guys hear behind you, shot, 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 shot.
Yeah.
Turn around and slamming.
And then,
Contest with a Dragonborn. That's what's happening right now.
Yeah. She's like, I'm pretty sure Pill doesn't give a shit. If I'm being
Yeah, he
entirely
might-
honest.
he might not remember that this happened. Happened at all. And he's
But yeah, I think you're fine. Don't worry about it. He's like, I don't think he thinks you're an idiot.
this isn't about me. Just okay, I trust you. Just know that again, I'm here. I can listen. I'm not that good at the talking thing, but I try.
At least you're making an effort, right?
Right.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I just think that we all... The talk that we had in the tomb was good, and it's a step forward, and we still need more talking that we have to do, and I have my own issues I need to work out, but I think a lot of those issues are just gonna have to be a time-based thing, you know? You can't exactly just spend a day alone and get over everything.
No, that's of course.
Yeah, then I have some other shit to figure out on top of... And she kind of, like, looks down at herself. She goes, whatever this second puberty bullshit is. So... Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I can already put in it. I can already guess, but
No, we know what it is. I just don't know exactly what's gonna happen next. Because I was going over the notes that you gave me, and one of the things for Asimars is they can shine like bright, searing light out of their mouth and face. So if I wake up that way one day, I'm fucking sorry. I have no control over it. Yeah. Like, that'll
I'm
be weird.
expecting that this would be the time when she accidentally casts light. Like it's not like it's not like I'm shining light out of my fingers.
Yeah. Just gonna be shining light out of every place in my body.
it's fine. This is nothing you need to be ashamed of. What?
No, I'm not ashamed. I'm just apologizing ahead of time if suddenly everyone wakes up to bright ass fucking light. Yeah. And apparently it hurts people, so, yeah.
After puberty. Fucking great.
Like, how often do you hear the story of someone waking up in the middle of the night with light pouring out of their eyes and mouth, and it actually burns them and everyone around them? Like, what the fuck? Yeah.
I've read a lot of literature and it wasn't really mentioned.
Good to know I'm unique or whatever. Kind of wave the hand mirrors, but anyway, we all have a lot to deal with. It's not just me. I mean, I know I've been keeping things in because I don't like talking when I think we're possibly in danger because I don't like to distract myself, but it's also not just me, you know?
No, of course.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm pretty sure it's everyone. Like, we know jack shit about Pill. And she looks at you, she goes, don't know a lot about you either, buddy.
I mean, I don't, there's not... I think we should kind of focus on... You see, Rose has been letting a few comments fall that tend towards worry, so when we finish this and get back to Baldur's Gate and deal with Kael'dan, we really need to make sure to find her family because she seems worried about it, and I feel like it kind of...
The plan was to go there. It was the original plan until we found Kael'dan.
Mm-hmm. It just... A lot of things happened, and... Yeah. I really want to help her. It's just... Situation was chaotic all around.
Yeah.
I like the juxtaposition of them talking very seriously about Rose, and then just Rose ranking it in, just like the ranking of the particular game. Doesn't have a frown whatsoever. She's thrilled.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like Lady Luck is on your side.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like.
Okay,
maybe.
every time you win, people are like, "You're cheating like this," and they like shake out your keys, and there's no cards in and you're like, "Nope, keep trying, boys."
Every so often, she'll do the ace up the sleeve thing, but she's clever enough to not leave evidence behind.
Exactly. Like every time they try to catch you how you're doing it, you've already changed to a new way to do it.
Oh, Sparrow, have they done the letter thing yet or no?
Is
that gonna be after the end? Okay, it's after the end.
It's gonna be when we get back to Baldur's Gate.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. How this is that we'll talk to her. I mean, she's a halfling, so 100 years isn't nearly as much as it is for some of us, but still.
You know,
a lot has changed, and she talked about it a little bit a while back, but not much sense.
Next golden.
But,
I
it's not, like I said though, it's not just her. Gives
It's
Vero a
not.
very pointed look. Yeah.
um. uh, It's I'm okay. I feel like I've had enough time to reflect on what I've been doing wrong and what I can do better to not accidentally stir tension in the party. So it's fine.
She goes, yeah, but
I th-
you still okay from the other day? I'm not talking about the tomb.
I've had enough time to deal with it.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna do the thing with I'm gonna I'm gonna turn to something fish-like and help the kid have more fun. I've been really hard on Orianti. I shouldn't have been.
She just kind of looks at him for a minute and goes, okay. But, like you said to me, I say the same back to you. If there's anything bothering you, even if I have things bothering me, I'm still here to help and listen if you need it. Or,
I will.
escape.
All right, but I believe him. I have so much less to deal with than all of you, and he just
Don't
Go
belittle
straight.
whatever it is that you have just because we have things. Just like one of those vague gestures when you like motion over somebody. It's like whatever you have. Don't belittle it for us. I mean, that's the issue. That was my issue. It still is my issue, if I'm being honest. Your issues aren't any less than ours. I think we all need to kind of acknowledge that, deal with that, I don't fucking know. It'd be great if we all actually talked more. Like,
It would
talked,
be.
not just surface talk. Like, I feel this way about this thing. What do they call that? Group therapy? Yeah.
It's. We probably all need that.
Uh-huh. But anywho, she waves her hand. But I, right now, am fine. Or, no, sorry, not fine. I am better than I was. I'm not fine, but I'm getting there.
I'm glad to hear that.
He goes, don't you worry. Too much, anyway. 'Cause you worry way too much. Hell, I do too. So let's just kind of stop.
Easier said than done, but
Oh, I know. Trust me. I'm telling myself now that I need to monitor how fucking bossy I am, and that's gonna be a pain in the ass. But I'm gonna try. But anyway, she looks back over at Arianti. She goes, pulling off of this heavy topic, you should really go be a dolphin for the kid. I think she'd like it.
all right, I will.
Yeah.
And he will go be a dolphin for the kid.
Finn, wait, can I talk underwater?
You make bubble noises, like as you speak, like bubbles. But I mean, like the fish can understand you because you still have Speak with Animals cast. You're making like blubber noises, but no, you can't. You can't make noise. You keep making bubbles when you talk. You have yet to need to suck in air. It's like you can still breathe even though you're underwater. But when you talk underwater, you see big like silvery bubbles come out of your mouth, but you have never yet been out of air.
I see a dolphin coming towards me.
Yup. It's like a pale white dolphin. Yep, that's all I got. He's not really fur trimmed in this case. He's just white.
White.
Green eyes?
Green eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does the dolphin try to say something to me?
She has to speak with
I mean, the
animals, doesn't
dolphin
she?
can. Does she have?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, he's just gonna say, hey, orient you.
Because she can't speak underwater.
Well, so
And
if
then-
you speak with animals cast, you can speak back because you are speaking fish, which is some blubbing noises.
Oh.
So you can speak back, you just can't speak common.
Alright, I'm making bubble noises to talk with the Oh, Vera, is that you? You're a dolphin!
Do you want to go faster?
Yes, I do! And she swims over to the dolphin and grabs on. Go, Vera, go!
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, you swim around for a while. You think you've been like heading in one direction for a really long time, but when you turn around, it's like you haven't gone anywhere. Like you felt like you've been swimming for a while, but when you turn, the window is not like that far away from you. Like it's still pretty close.
Okay. So he will do that in kind of like a what was it called? A roller coaster. Roller coaster? Not too bad, but still so that it's fun.
Up and down and left and right, and yeah, you're dragging RNT all over the place.
This is fun.
They have fun doing that for however long. Yeah.
Yeah, faster, faster! Do it! Do a spin! Twirl, twirl!
And you will, as long as it makes sense, follow Arianti's instructions. As long as it makes like physical sense.
Is that Pumbaa? Yeah, yes, do that.
It's
I'm sorry, I'm
Pumbaa.
looking at the icons.
Sorry, I'm trying to like be an active participant in a conversation in this poison speech check.
The side chat has been pretty spectacular. But yeah, was there anything else you guys wanted to do while you were in the inn?
Nothing
Does
that I
anyone-
can think of, because Callie has no idea what Pill's going through, so she has no idea he needs any sort of training, so she's gonna be with RNT the whole time. Until RNT
Okay.
gets bored.
I mean, Rose probably has the thought to try to look for like more evidence of the things that her mom did as an adventurer, but the fact that it seems like that the last time she spoke to Philly about it, it seems like the group only showed up once or twice. She's not even sure that the group would even have a portrait, much less, have anything that is left over. So she just kind of keeps it to herself while she's, having fun.
Oh yeah, you by the end of this, it's like that. You're starting to get like a pile of like jewels and jewelry and shit like stacked around you. You were starting to look like a cartoon character almost. Like it's full on. Like you could dive in the gold and swim in it. Like you're getting like a pile going. Like it is
All
getting
different
serious.
denominations and all that jazz.
Yeah, and some of it is like coins you don't know what like city or land these are from. They're gold because all of D&D uses gold and silver and platinum and stuff. But like the stamping and the printing is just strange. You have no idea what some of this stuff is. Someone chucked in like a big ass diamond. Like you're sitting on like some crazy amount of money.
At least one stack of the gold that she has the stamp of Asgore on it, but she has no idea who the hell Asgore is.
Yep. Yeah. Like it's money from all over the place. Yeah. Sorry, the shapes keep getting me.
It's the worst, right?
It's the best. I love it. But yeah, was there any? Did anybody want to check the picture room,
Oh, we should probably do that. We do that every time. Yeah.
the gallery?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I wanted to do something if it can be like fast, so I don't interrupt anybody.
Sure. What's up?
I wanted Abby to check
Anyway.
in the library to look for what are the components she needs to make the fire arrows, because she knows she needs some components, but she doesn't know what components exactly she could use.
Okay.
So like
Make-
to have a list or something in case I'm across.
Make an investigation check.
Oh fuck. Oh no. Wait, this is a Sarabi or is
As Sarabi, not as a dog.
oh wait, sorry, that was the new
Oh, dear.
I got a
It's okay.
16.
18. That's actually pretty good. You, with the help of one of the woodland creatures, you managed to catch who was not super busy or who was busy, but you still managed to get a hold of them so that they could help you find this book. You find a book on arrow crafting.
Nice.
So for the most part, like a majority of the book is like standard, like how to make fletching, and it's just like normal arrow maintenance and care and how to string a bow, and it's normal stuff. But towards the end, you see that there is a section that talks about certain kinds of like magical arrows you can make, like some that deal cold damage when you hit people, some that you can put little pouches of acid on the end of them, and they splash acid on people. Most of them are just kind of discussing like types of arrows, but the one at the very end is a fire arrow recipe. This flame arrow requires some kind of sticky component, something that's sticky and flammable, something like a tar. And then it needs some kind of ignition source. And so it talks about using the blood of fire salamander. It says that you can use snap berries, which are a kind of berry that when you crush them, they make little popping explosions. It talks about using like the feather of a phoenix. If you just tie it in there, the feather will burst into flames. But the two main components is you need something that is flat and something that will stick or that will start the fire. So those are the two components that are required to make this. So you now have the understanding on what kind of things you're looking for that will allow you to make these arrows.
So in theory,
in theory, if you head to like Baldur's Gate and you're like, I need something that's sticky and is on fire, you could probably buy some tar. And then if you want to find like head to a magical shop and see like I want something that lights on fire, they'll probably like, here, we've got this thing, and you can then use those and make them an arrow.
okay, good.
Yeah.
I got my list here. Yeah, I was talking about more like in theory she could like every time, but she will need to use like a bonus action to like ignite on fire the arrow with druidic. So it's better to just make it with the component.
Yes, yeah. So you could just have these, and then you would have to like cast produce flame or whatever and light them on fire, and that takes a bonus action in order to light it on fire. Or you can add the extra magical component to them, and then they ignite on contact. So they don't require the bonus action; they just require an additional component.
So blood of a fire salamander, will that blood of a fire snake work anyway? The same way?
A fire snake could work. Yes, you're thinking that the guts of a creature that say is like lives in lava probably would if you could like salvage components from it, that would probably work. You could probably find magical plants that do it, and then process spell components like other people. Like none of you guys use components. You guys all have foci, but you can just buy. So you could just go buy spell components, and you would have the right components you would need in order to make these.
Okay. Got it. I got it on there. All
Cool.
written down.
this is not something you couldn't like make these in combat or anything. You would have to like spend a couple of like an hour, or probably more like 2 or 3 hours, and you could make several arrows. But yeah.
Yeah, but it's like the same way that with the poison one. Just get to a city, buy the things, make the arrows, and I have my 10 arrows ready.
Exactly. And again, you could probably make more than 10, but it's just for the sake of the game, you can't carry that many. I mean, I guess you could start sticking them in the bag of holding, essentially. Wouldn't have access to them readily.
Yeah, but only carry 10 at a time.
Yes. You can only carry 10 of the extra arrows. Any of the ones that have extra abilities, you can only carry 10 of those, and then you can carry up to, I think, like 20 normal arrows. So you can carry 30 total, but any more than that, and you risk running into them being too crowded in your quiver and something terrible happening.
Yeah, like dropping everything. Oh my god, so embarrassing.
Or the whole quiver exploding.
Yeah, don't put explosive arrows in there. It's like putting that next to 5 arrows. Not a good idea.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Was that it for everybody? And then we're gonna head to the gallery.
Yep.
Sounds
Do
good.
we go together?
It's up to you guys. Who wanted to go to the gallery? You don't all.
I mean, Callie goes every time, so she'll want to go. Mm-hmm.
I think that if somebody reminds her that the gallery is the thing, then she'll go, but otherwise she's just fine staying in the game room for the moment.
I mean,
Anybody
I guess
else?
Callie will go around and ask everyone if they want to go or not, because she's going.
Does she ask Ariente? She's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Collie walks up to Rose as she's got this whole hoard of gold.
I mean, Ariente has to go.
It's
just
like
immediately-
bananas looking at this.
I just immediately imagine Callie be like, so, do you want to take a break from swindling people and go check out the gallery?
Since
I
everything
mean,
will be here.
I guess. Okay, guys, I'm done for the night. And she just pushes up from her seat and just gently puts the tiara down because it's not like she needs it. It's not like she'll keep it. You guys divide it evenly between all of you. I'm gonna go this way.
Not that anyone can take it with them anyway.
Yeah, as you get up, like she stands up and like gold tumbles out of her lap, and she has to like dust it off of herself. And
Lord.
Yeah.
Oops.
I learned a new game.
Did you now?
she's like waiting out of the money.
I wanted to melt it all and make a real size statue of all of us to leave here as a decoration for filigree.
I don't think I would say, but that's a lovely sentiment. Maybe next time.
It's just so filigree won't miss us that much.
I mean, at some point, Pill will have access to the alchemy rooms, or to the artificer rooms, and one of them is a forge. So
Nice.
maybe.
We can put the statues of us.
I wanted to ask something else real fast.
What's
So
up?
are the artificer rooms artificer only? Because I don't know, not now, but maybe someday when I do more of the usual alchemy, can you use them as someone outstanding, or is that a hard no? But
That's
that's okay.
about this last time. Basically, eventually they'll open up and you can make stuff in there, but you can't take it with you. So it's basically the thing that you make in there, you're learning how to make so that you can replicate it outside of the inn.
But yes, you technically, so according to the rules, probably shouldn't be in any of the alchemy rooms. Now, if Pill, for example, wanted to smuggle you in because he disregards the rules anyway, that's something you guys could try. They're not magically locked. You're just gonna have to be sneaky about
I have a good character.
Pill is not a good character and will be totally be willing to tell you. I mean, this is up to Habes, of course, but I mean, like, oh, the man says I can't let you do this? Well then. Yeah.
I'm doing it anyway.
Right. Yeah. But yes. So it's something. It's like a bridge to get there. So for the most part, you could have access to them. It just depends on either you can ask Filigree for permission and try to convince him to let you do it, or you can. The choice is up to you, but you won't be able to do that until Pill is at least second, or at least in Artificer, because that's when he'll have access to those.
Of course. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Sorry.
No, that's okay. So since Kali's asking everybody who wanted to go into the gallery.
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
One to watch my windows anymore, so.
Okay. So Arianti, Poisand, or Sarabi,
Rose.
Rose, Vera, did you want to go?
I mean, it would be strange if he was the only one who stayed back, so he's gonna come with them.
Okay. What about you? Would Pill
Pill
go in?
like turns to like the Dragon Boy. He's like, "Yo, you want to check out this painting with us?"
Okay. He kind of chuckles, sure, kid. And he stands. You guys all see he's this like fire red color dragonborn. He is wearing deep black armor that's like spiked and horned, and it's very pointy. And he's got a glove on one hand, and he's like, "Yeah, sure, let's go."
Did you make a
and-
new
and-
friend, Pill?
Yeah. His name is. What's your name?
Don't worry about it.
His name is. Don't worry about it.
He chuckles. He does not seem to mind. But you guys are heading towards the gallery, and as you approach, you throw open the doors and you walk in, and as you walk in, the red dragon does not come with you because he belongs to a different universe, and so his gallery looks different than yours. So you guys enter the gallery, and the red dragonborn is no longer let's see. It depends on how much you guys care. If you want to try to figure out who this character was, it's up to you guys. If you care enough to figure out who the dragonborn was, I'll let you make rolls. But if you guys don't, then we'll keep going.
Can I roll for it?
Yes, it would be a religion check.
Sure.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
That's a 10 altogether.
10 altogether.
I rolled an 18.
18. Okay. He was wearing a sigil to Tiamat around his neck. While you were drinking with him, Pill, he made a couple references to worshipping Tiamat. Filigree's talked about not just good characters come here. It's heroes of legend. Good and bad combined. Filigree, now you were drinking, obviously, but did he say his name at one point when you were getting alcohol from him? But it didn't occur to you, like you weren't thinking about that being his name. But as you're trying to like put together who this guy might have been or who he is, you remember his name was
Okay.
yeah. For anybody who watches Critical Role,
Right. The one who spoilers, but I think I know.
yes, so Archon is such a cool character in Critical Role Season 1. Depending on spoilers, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but he did such a cool thing. He became an actual character in D&D lore. He is currently like a legendary character.
Wow.
I mean,
Wizards of the Coast had to take note.
I say there's a way that you can DM me the spoilers just because I'm busy and I'm kind of curious.
Oh yeah, sure. Whoever doesn't care about spoilers will jump into the other chat, and I'll tell you who he is.
Nobody likes spoilers.
Okay,
To be fair, we could just edit out the spoilers.
you can.
Yeah.
And since we all jumped into the other chat, it's really easy to cut it.
Yeah.
And again, as you guys head into the gallery, the noise from the inn slowly fades, and you begin to hear it's just sort of a calmness, as the noise from the constant din. It was actually surprising how loud it was in the inn, despite the some of the magical effects. You guys now are in the gallery. And the paintings you've all seen are there. Few have changed since the last time you were here. But I would like whoever is make me a investigation check, because you were trying to see if something new has happened.
Okay.
Should I would say, if I'm doing it, should I do it at disadvantage because I'm shit?
Oh yeah, you were.
Should we all do it?
I don't find shit. It's not a 1 because I can't roll a 1, but my investigation is a 3 altogether. Yay!
Okay.
My dice don't.
I'll say the first was a 19 and the second was a 3.
The pictures are kind of blurry, and you keep bumping into your teammates.
He bumps into Rose while she's trying to concentrate.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So, Vero and Kali both see, as you guys are walking, there is a picture that catches your eye. It's towards the front of the series of pictures. Now, you guys were in here since the encounter with the Snake Woods, when you guys were in the Snake Woods.
Mhm.
But the pictures might not update as quickly as you guys adventure. And again, you guys kind of bounce through history a little bit, so times and stuff change. But one of the pictures catch both of your eyes. It is of the stag. It's this elegant portrait of the forest stag, the spirit of the forest. And then you realize that it's not just the stag. Like the stag is this like glowing icon with the painting in the background is dark, and you can kind of tell there are trees, but it's like the purpose of the painting is to show you the focus of the stag. And it's got like just sort of like a silhouette-y dark background of like the center, the heart of the snake wood. And you realize in the foreground is the back of somebody's head, and they seem to be bowing forward, hand outstretched to the stag. And you recognize the person, not because it's so dark you don't think you should, but the feather earring catches your eye on the silhouette of the person who's standing in the frame. There's just the paint. Yep.
Oh, sorry, we got a personal painting. Obviously, it only shows the back of her head because her face is so ugly.
Does anybody want to go read the plaque?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you approach, you realize the plaque reads. Hold on, I have to find on my notes for this one.
It's a finished prophecy.
The plaque reads, "For the holder of strength, may you now possess the Sparks Dance."
That's the name of the ring.
It is.
It is green.
Did Sarabi notice yet?
No.
No, she
Strawby got an 8.
Can you, for the holder of strength?
May you now possess the Sparks Dance.
That's the name of the ring. Sarah is too busy looking at the pictures of people dressing on historical outfits.
Yep.
Grab. Strawberry's a human again, right? Or is she still a dog?
She's
But-
a human because she had to
Okay.
look up the book thing.
That's right.
Like,
okay.
Those stupid shoes!
Kind of grab Sarabi and pull her and be like, "Look." Mhm. I recognize the back of your head anywhere. Look. Show her the painting.
That's the name. She points at this. That's the name of the ring. And then she lifts her middle finger to show the ring, obviously. Not the...
Yeah. Like,
This is the thing that Scylla talked about. The string, remember?
Yeah.
Nice, so that means every one of you may even get one picture.
It kind of gives Sarabi a little bit of shove. She goes, "Sarabi, you got your own picture.
I mean,
You did
you're
something badass and cool enough to get your own fucking picture."
Do you know that this means that you're a legendary figure in history?
nonsense. It's the back of somebody's head. It could be anybody.
It's you. There's the goddamn signature earrings, woman. No one wears earrings like that.
Also, look, it's a little. Rose probably gets pulled. For as much as she didn't notice it, she probably gets pulled aside by all of this conversation. And she's
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, you'll notice.
Once,
Yeah.
when somebody found it, you guys can all point it out to each other.
Yeah. So she like points out Sarabi's outfit. It's a little stylized because of this. It's a little stylized, but that's the outfit that you wore. That's the condition that your outfit was in when we talked to the forest spirit. Like she points out the battle damage.
But wasn't there like only the back of her head?
So you can kind of see like the it's really dark because the focus of the painting is how brilliant the forest spirit is glowing in comparison. So it's kind of like cast everything else into shadow. But yeah, so you can see like the back of her head, but also like maybe the what now that you guys are examining the painting, you can kind of see like the tufts of gray fur around her neck from wearing the pelt. And you can see on her wrist is the figure's hand is outheld. They're wearing the bracers. You probably can see maybe a couple of your scars are probably in the right place for where they currently are in your arm.
Where does Sarabi wear that bracelet, Poison?
What?
Over her? Remember the bracelets that they share, the three of them? Does she wear it out over her gauntlets or in it, like under it?
No, it will be over because
So there's a very distinguishable thing too.
Yeah,
The
so
handmade
you also have the
bracelet.
bracelet and
Yeah.
then the earrings. So the figure's hand is in light, so like it's got the right skin tone. You can see the detail on the figure's like arm, because it's in the versus the face and the back of the head, which is all in shadow. The earring, because it's on the side of the face, is catching the light, and so the feathers are very visible.
well, yeah. Now that I look at it, that may be me. Yes.
Maybe you. Okay.
You're a fixture in history.
Vero, your
Oh,
nerd is
but-
showing.
Start making fun so soon, okay? It's not like anybody's going to recognize me.
We
Stop
do.
making me uncomfortable.
I say we do, and apparently Filigree thought it was important enough to have in his own gallery.
You're so.
Seeing this, Rose looks over at presumably the other empty portraits that are nearby, and she tries to read some of the plaques underneath them, if there are any.
Yeah, so some of these do have plaques. They're rather vague. You see a couple. They're one's talking about the slaying of a dire beast. Another one's talking about someone's journey up some kind of big ass mountain. And then you see another one that says, It's for the Wheel of Fortune, may the Changebringer find you.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to write that because I did not expect that.
Read it.
I'm writing it.
While she does that, Callie's gonna add to Sarabi as we're looking still at her painting. Callie's gonna gesture back to it and be like, "You're not a side character."
Yeah, you can tell, like, she's not just trying to evade what everybody's saying, because she doesn't really feel that comfortable being in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Unless she purposely jump into it just to... Sometimes it happens, but like, remember when she hid behind Ariente because everybody was looking at her? Well, something like that.
Yeah.
Vera, I think you have the highest perception out of everybody. It's like a 22 now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your passive perception, you catch another. Yes, that's correct.
Okay, just double check.
You catch another one of the names. It's on the wall across from you. One of the empty plaques, one of the empty frames has a plaque that reads, "Though you are the hanged man, I hope you have harmony."
I would say, is there a way Hell can find, at least breed some shit?
Yeah, you can probably read a couple more. How far ahead do you guys go?
I mean, to our painting, right?
Yeah, because if you guys, no, what I mean is, how far ahead are you guys reading these plaques?
Oh.
Are we looking for the ones that are close to this one, the big one?
Yeah, maybe.
Wait, how close to the big one this is?
A bit. You still have quite a ways. There's clearly several, more pictures and stuff before you guys get there.
Oh,
I mean, how many
like
pictures are there in total?
yeah.
It's
so
a lot. There's like offshoots and things like that where like pictures like you can go down like a side alley in this gallery and stuff like that. It's hard for me to frame how many pictures there are because it takes however long it takes you guys to do this. So the paintings and stuff will kind of extend depending on how this adventure goes. But there is maybe 50 paintings between you guys, empty frames between you and between Sarabi's painting and the big one.
And while that is happening, we're gonna go slowly towards Kali. Whisper, I think I might have found Noemi's. I think I found Noemi's picture. Do you think she'd like to know about this? Do you want to... I know you're still in contact. Or should I...
Speaking of
Can I
Noemi,
still...
We can tell her about it, or tell her if she comes here next to look for it. Maybe.
I guess he was kind of talking to Kali and Pill, since they are kind of close to her. But yeah, just with this questionable look, because he doesn't know if she even wants to know,
I mean, we can... I don't know, maybe we should tell her, and it's up to her what she does with the information, I guess. If she ignores it or not, or doesn't think much about it or not. Knowing her, she'll probably scoff at it. But,
Probably.
she'll scoff at it, but then it'll linger in her head for a while. Knowing her. But, I mean, we can send her a letter. Tell her about it. Or Rose could send her a message later. Pill, do you think, I know you're kind of inebriated right now, but do you think we should tell Noemi that we found a painting that's supposed to be of her, eventually, in the end?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
Alright, well, there you go.
In this moment, he will agree to anything. Like,
Yeah, he
ask
will.
him to do another
Hey,
hand.
hell! Do you think you should punch yourself in the face?
Do you think you should just go jump out a window again?
You should go jump out of the windows. Hey, let's push him into the one the sea. See what he does in the
Oh,
It looks
God.
Or
between
the
the
space
two of them.
one. To see him twirl around and just vomit everywhere.
Spiro looks between the two of them slack-jawed because that's so mean-spirited. You two are right.
Oh, God, anywho. Just leave it at that.
Was there a? Did you? How many of the other plaques are you guys trying to look at? Like, are you guys gonna read all of them from here in big painting
Yes.
or what? Yes. Okay.
They look for one that might be about her or someone she knows.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out whether I should just give these all to you or make you guys roll for them.
Whatever sounds more fun.
I
I wasn't
because-
looking.
I think because you guys are looking for them now that you found one, you're like, oh shit. Okay, so you guys are actually looking for them, so I'm gonna give them to you. These are not in a specific order because I don't actually know what order you guys are gonna do these in, but
Yeah.
they'll be in the right order by the time the game's all done. You find one that says "Stand Tall Tower," and use the Thunderer's horn.
Can you repeat that, please?
Yep. Stand tall, tower, and use the Thunderer's horn.
And tall tower.
Yeah, stand tall, tower.
Document these.
Poisoned. I'm writing them down in theories.
Great.